The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Tottenham Away, the fans show. All football fans, you're welcome to come and talk about anything football, especially Tottenham, because this is a Spurs channel. But the floor, the show is welcoming for all of you. The link to join is at the top of the comment section on YouTube. So click on the link and come on. You do need to have a camera on to protect myself from any weirdos come on and want to flash their bits, which we've had in the past. We will have people coming on as the night goes on. So I'll just get things crack-a-lacking. Let's say hello to a few of you in the chat. Tony Rodriguez, happy birthday again, my man. Hope you're well. Levy out, Cullen out, Enoch out, all of them out. Big up to Jazz Fusion. Arnie Schlott, like changing the jockey when the horse is ready for the glue factory. Maybe he's an outstanding rider, but LA007, how you doing? Evening, guys. Hope we are doing okay. We're all good, man. We're all good. Robert's big up. By the way, I'm loving all the purple and gold you guys are using for your avatars. Graham, how you doing, my man? You all right? I will see you at the protest on Saturday. I will be there. Tony, big up again. JJ, how you doing? You well? Simon is in the house. Evening still. Hope you're good. Yes, my man. Hope you are good too. We've got Eve, SP, big up, Stelios, big up to you. Yeah, the streakers. We get them. Honestly, I had one once in the past that came on and pulled down his pants and waved his ass in front of the camera. What are you doing? Why would you do that? All right. Put my hat on properly. Put my cap properly. Got Bob Spurnhouse, big up Bobby. Links in the chat if you want to jump on, my man. We've got Totspur, big up to you. Hope you're doing well. Ant, how you doing, Ant? You good? So, I mean, where do we start? Where do we start? I don't want to go all in, leave you out, Enoch out, because we know that. We know that. I think something I saw today, actually, was this. Tell me what you think. So, Enoch out, Levy out, Donna Cullen out, Capehorn out, Colcott out. Now, these are all key players, influential people on the board, part of the Daniel Levy troubleshooters, helpers, staff members, members of the board. The bit that I don't get, right, the bit I don't understand is when fans say Donna Cullen's got to go, Capehorn's got to go. Surely Daniel Levy hires these people, right? Surely Daniel Levy chooses to listen to them. So is it really a case of the board members around Daniel need to go? Or is it the person, Daniel Levy, who puts these people or requests these people to be voted onto the board or gives them positions on the board, listens to these people? Surely it's on Daniel. No? Because I get it. There's a lot of heat and a lot of anger being directed to Donna Cullen right now. But why? Daniel's choosing to keep her in that position. Daniel's choosing to listen to her. Daniel Levy he's happy she's there. There's a reason she's there, because Daniel wants her there. Daniel thinks she's doing a good job. Surely he's smarter than that. So just explain to me why people all Ryan, I can see in the chat. If you want to jump on, the link's at the top of the comments. Jump on, buddy. You're more than welcome. So why are people turning on Donna Cullen and all the other board members? At the end of the day, if I own a business, I surround myself with what I believe are the right people. We're very quick to sack managers and get rid of coaching staff and get rid of directors of football and academy heads. We're very quick to get rid of them because they're not doing their job properly. But yet what? The board of directors are all doing their job properly. They're the ones part of this recruitment process. They're the ones helping advise Daniel Levy. Surely it should be either Daniel goes and a new chairman comes in and builds a new board, or a new chairman comes in and says, if you guys are going to keep your job, Capelhorn, Donna Cullen, etc., then you need to buck up your ideas and start doing it way. And here's the new vision. Does that make sense? I don't understand why we're blaming people that are just doing their job. A bit how we get upset that managers get blamed and how managers get fired and how managers get sacked because they're just trying to do their job, but they're doing it within the criteria that Daniel Levy and Enoch sets them. Is it a case that the board are just doing the job as per the job description and criteria that Daniel Levy sets out? You know that saying, if you cut the head, the rest begin to sort itself out, fix. I don't know, but I saw that today, and it's people are now questioning a lot of the board members. The only defense I'll say is, right, the board members do have a voice and they can speak up against Daniel Levy and they can say, hold on, Daniel, we don't agree with what you're doing. This isn't working. Like, you as a chairman need to change your vision. You need to change your strategy. Are any of them speaking up? Are any of them challenging, showing their displeasure at what's happening at the club? Are any of them doing that? We don't know, right? Because we're not in the boardroom, but it's definitely a question that needs to be answered and asked. Big up, Danny boy. How you doing? Jazz Fusion in the house. We've got Rob Frank, Ariel, big up. Seb's in the house. Hanzo is saying Dyer out, Sessegnon out, Sanchez out, etc. Big up, Ryan. How you doing? We've got David P. How you doing? Rams. Guna. What are you saying, Rams? What's happened to Arsenal, man? Big up to Jack Pierce. And somebody, can you smash the like, hit subscribe, pick up a membership too by hitting the join button? Yeah, so I don't know how I feel about the whole having to go at everyone on the board. They're employed to do a job and they're doing their job as per the instructions of the chairman. And if they weren't doing their job as per the instructions, surely the chairman would get rid of them. Surely the chairman would have fired them by now or moved them on, or some kind of vote to try and remove them would have occurred. I don't know. Richo, your beloved Everton, man, you are in deep trouble. Deep trouble. You and Leicester. My God. Last couple of games for you lot are going to be absolutely insane. Jason says Levy out. Absolutely, my man. Absolutely. I don't know if any of you saw this. There was an article. One of the top sports football writers, Oliver Holt. Where is it? There it is. He wrote an article today, and in the article he said, Spurs are also Rands now. Their days in England's football elite are over. Levy's history of bad decisions has caught up with him. Friggin' heck. I mean, that is absolutely damning, isn't it? Look at this. Spurs are also Rands. I mean, he's basically saying We're the bridesmaid, never the bride. Their days in England's football elite are over. And do you know what? He's got a point, right? If you think about it, to be in football's elite, you've got to be winning trophies, right? You have to. If you're not, then you can't be classed as an elite club. To only win one trophy in 23 years, I mean, how can we call ourselves elite? There's having a drought. Well, now we're starving as well, right? We've gone through a drought period at Tottenham, but now we're starving as well as being extremely thirsty. So we're not an elite club anymore. We simply aren't an elite club. I was having this conversation on another stream. I think it was yesterday. In fact, it was Mari's show on this channel. Not another, another stream, but this channel. And my argument was, you know, when people say, oh, but look what Daniel Levy's done for the club. Look what ENIC have done. Look how far we've come. Look at the progression. Guys, let me ask you this question, right? What has actually progressed at Tottenham? What has actually improved? Take away the big shiny stadium, which you, I, all the other fans, what do we get out of that? Other than maybe a bit more of a comfortable seat and a bit more space to move around when we go to the toilets. Right? What do you actually get at that stadium? Oh, Brian Daigle's here. I'll bring him in. Big up, Brian. You all right, brother?
Yeah, mate. I was just watching this because I was going to be recording for something for Tottenham on tour. Sister's Wi-Fi has been a bit dodgy. Like yours still, I'm nearer to you. So I know you by yourself, and I thought nobody put Stelios in the corner, as they said in Dirty Dancing. So I thought I'd come and join you for a bit.
No, man. Thank you for joining. Big up. Yeah, I was just saying. I said it on. I think I said it on your stream earlier on today as well. What have these owners actually progressed? Because the stadium, if you take that away, because the stadium does nothing for you or me as a fan, other than a more comfortable seat and a bit more space when you go to the toilet. What do you get out of that stadium, right? And then the training facility and the academy, which hasn't delivered a top class player. And by the way, the new training facility is not where Harry Kane came from. Harry Kane was developed at Chigwell, the old site. The first team training centre, the new amazing building, which hasn't delivered one winning team. So the buildings look nice, and you feel good when you walk around it because it's modern. But how have they progressed the club? Because the 23 years before ENIC, Brian, we average finish was 8th place. Now it's 6.5. So in 23 years, they've moved us up 1 or 2 places in the league table. 23 years to move us 2 places in the league table.
Yep.
Top 4 finishes. 23 years before ENIC, we had 5 top 4 finishes. Under Levy and Joe Lewis, 6. So it's almost identical. And then trophies. Well, 23 years before ENIC, we won 5 trophies. 23 years of ENIC, 1 trophy. So top 4 finishes the same. Number of trophies down massively. League positions where we finish up 2 places. Brian, like, this is a serious question. It's not me trying to dig out ENIC and Levy. What have they actually progressed?
They've progressed to the fact that there are many people trying to get takes twice as long. So that's a great one. You talk about trophy still. Do you know what hit me literally an hour ago? I was talking about the FA Cup final win, and I realised, mate. Do you realise that was the when Cup? I know it's a long time ago, but for you and me to put it into, it was our first school together.
Yeah,
that's how long ago it was.
Yeah,
was,
the 3 the alphas.
Yeah, and as Stel said in the comments, please, Chinese, please. This is here, or Hungry Horse, or everyone you want to call him. But still, listen. What have they progressed? Listen, the business. There's no side has got better. And Ryan, the business side has got better. But time that my grandpa and dad, or my uncle, my aunties, my cousins, and said, you know what? Let's talk about it as a business. It's always been as a football club. We support this football club for the football, for its business acumen. I'm not playing Monopoly. This is what the modern day football has become. To accept, oh yes, we're going to Asia. We'll cap the market with shirt sales. Bravo. But I care more about what goes on the pitch. Why? Mate, you got to remember as well. You look at it. Alan Sugar signed. Alan Sugar signed Jurgen Klinsmann to Tottenham Hotspur. We were points which we obviously got back. We were at the FA Cup, but the great Jurgen Klinsmann, who right then was the elite of the elite striker, we're now the 8th richest club in the world, and we make excuses up for not meeting with Nagel. We go from putting in bids and trying to get these players to Banter FC or Register Our Interest Albion or whatever name you want. Everything football, everyone watching now and everyone that supports Tottenham started watching Tottenham for the love of wanting to see. And what Jazz Fusion just said, that's what it is. We're an Excel lover's dream, is what we are now. Dream.
Yeah, when fans say to me, but look what they've done for the club, and I say to them, all right, what have they done? Look at the stadium. I'm like, okay, what's that done for you? Oh, but look at the amount of money we can spend now. I'm like, right, what's that done for us? Yeah, but and then that's it. It ends there. But you know what? And like Ryan, I was saying to Brian, 23 years before Enoch, 23 years of Enoch, number of trophies won, down. League positions, we're up by 1 place. Number of top 4 finishes, exactly the same. When people say, look at the football team now, and they say, oh, but we nearly got relegated in the 90s. And I say to them, why do you just look at 10 years of the 90s and compare it to 23 years of Enoch? Look at 23 years before Enoch. And when you do that, Ryan, nothing has changed other than trophies won has gone down. Nothing else has changed.
Yep. Well, I'm on loan at Man City, so I'm looking like I'm seeing 3 trophies this season.
You're on loan, are you?
On loan. But yeah, nothing changes until Levy goes. He's had 23 years to do what he wants to do with the football club, and he's done nothing with the football club apart from fill his pockets with money. That's literally it. That's all he came in for. He said it at the start that he sees it as a money-making business. He doesn't see it as a football club. It was his own words. And fans are now starting to wake up. It's taken 23 years for fans to wake out of their slumber to realise that Levy has to go. The question I put out in the WhatsApp group that we're in is whether it's Levy out, like, would fans be happy if, like, Levy out, but we still have Enoch? So we still had Lewis and all that. Or is it everyone go? Levy, Enoch, Lewis, everyone. So I think it's a lot harder getting rid of Enoch as a whole company business kind of standpoint, but to get Levy to go, will just, I think for one man, just put enough pressure on that one man to step aside would be a lot easier.
I have to say very, very quickly, going with Will still, but Will's just sent me something and said to show everyone the premiere and announce your new show, which is Stelios.
My new show?
Yeah. That's what you just sent me.
Oh, yeah. Basically, he's got me with an afro on when I was 18. Yeah.
I turned it over to check the time score. from the
So,
Newcastle.
a
And
new
it's
show, Back to the Future with Stowaway.
fucking hell.
What's the score?
4-1 Newcastle. 2 minutes ago, it was 2-1 Newcastle. It's now 4-1.
Why is someone saying they like
How
Cop?
shit
That's really weird.
how shit must Brighton be?
I know Brighton played very, very well. Just bad 20 minutes or bad. It wasn't the best first half. Newcastle were all over them first half, but Brighton have dominated the second half, and I just think they've just been sucker punched at the end twice.
Listen, I think Brighton will finish above us regardless. They've got a game in hand still. I don't think we're going to win both our last games. I hit Marmite. I've put a link for the scarf there. I think it's about £6-7 on Amazon. So get involved, buddy. Get involved. How do you guys feel about the obviously this man, the Messiah? He's not coming to us. He's going to Chelsea. I mean, there's been a lot of conversation. Let me bring in Dean. Hey, Dean, you all right? Long time?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Hang on, just put a light on in the lounge. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, not bad. How you doing, Brian? Is that Brian?
All good, bro. All good.
Yeah. And Brian?
All good. All
He's
good.
right. Yeah, good. Let me get me I've got a stand
So
somewhere.
what-
I thought you'd had a few more people on still.
Well, whoever wants to jump on, jumps on. I need to block this person that's talking about how much they love penis. Sorry. Why can't I block them? Oh, it's on Twitch. That's why. Oh, God. All right, was it just there? Someone's having
Really,
a laugh at
man?
us.
What the fuck's the matter with some people?
I can't
Eh?
block them. I don't know why. Yeah, Dean, what do you make of Pochettino going to Chelsea? Are you happy with it as a fan? Do you feel? I know some fans are calling him a bit of a traitor, Judas, but for me, we sacked him. We didn't want to bring him back. We had plenty of opportunities to bring him back when so many managers have been sacked in the past 3-4 years. We didn't do it. We had a chance after Conte got sacked. Poch was available. We didn't want to do it. Stellini got sacked. We didn't want to do it. Whilst Mason's manager, we still didn't want to do it. Do you blame Poch for going to Chelsea? Some fans say he could have gone to any other club, but not them.
At the end of the day, it's a fucking job, I suppose, isn't it? But of course, I don't want him to go there. You know what's going to happen if they end up winning. They think they're all going to fucking rub it in our faces. And he's certainly only Judas. You leave somewhere for if you're a Judas fan, I'm sure you leave for more money, don't you? And you're in a current job, and he's not in a job at the moment, is he? So you can't call him a Judas. That's just wrong. But yeah, I'm very disappointed he's going there. Of course, I think I don't know, the powers that fucking be at Spurs don't talk to any fucker, do they? So we don't know the reason why. Why not? Don't know. What you were saying the other day, he didn't leave under the best of terms. Sounds like there was a bit of an argument and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes that can sort of, well, I don't want to go back there sort of thing. But, I don't know. It pisses me off. It does, yeah. I'm more pissed off. I told Brian last night. I spoke to Brian last night.
Yeah.
What really has infuriated me is that Daniel, or Mr. Levy, went and talked to the Cambridge Union. And if it wasn't for the Cambridge Union releasing that video, as I understand, we'd have never even known. And he goes and talks to them, but won't talk to the fans. Yeah? And it's fucking laughable. I'll tell you what should happen against that game Saturday, he should be out on the fucking pitch talking to us. He should be fucking he should be fucking humble. Yeah? Humble. I'm afraid to say, we all make mistakes in our life, and I've said this before, and sometimes you're wrong, and you have to admit you're wrong, and you're a bigger person for apologising and saying that you're wrong and right you are, with head up your own fucking arse and just carrying on in your own fucking way in a blinkered way. But unless somebody within the board is literally keeps getting his fucking ear all the time, I don't know. I don't know who the rest of the board are, only apart from that lady who's headed up the who's headed up the fucking fan advisory board still. Could you imagine you sitting in front of her?
Well, I've applied. I've had my 5 nominations. I think if they do their due diligence, they probably do a background check on the applications. I don't see myself getting it. That's the reality.
But I think you're going to get a thanks but no thanks email still. You're going to get one of those.
Who chooses it?
Careful consideration.
Who chooses it?
Well, they're going to pick it, aren't they? They're going to pick it.
Look, listen. To me, all they're going to do is pick politically correct people. Yeah. Wherefore, you need a wide range of point of views. Yeah. Obviously, I was one person that gave you the endorsement, didn't I? Because I said to you, you should go for it, purely and simply because your knowledge of the game. And what do you do for a living, still? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm a football coach.
Right. Okay. There you go. Then. I didn't know you done that as a job.
I thought you.
No, you taking a piss?
No, I thought you. Everyone.
I thought you knew that.
No, you've never. I've never asked you what you do for a living. Because you. Yeah. No, seriously. Hey, you're taking a piss there, aren't you?
I'm not.
It's not. I promise you, on my life.
There's my coach's jumper. Look. There's my initials. There's my club.
Who's the club?
It's my club.
Oh, right.
I set it up. I feed players into Spurs, Dean. I got players in the academy that I've developed.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Anyway, going back to the knowledge of your football. Yeah. Well done. Stand beside fucking Mason and give him a few fucking tips. Is that obviously your knowledge of the game, the technical side of the game is probably obviously a lot better than a lot of us fans. And obviously, I've only known you for a season or two or whatever, sort of coming on here and met you a few times in the stadium. And I just think you're a good person to do it because your knowledge of the game is going to be a lot better than other people. And your arguments for X, Y, Z are always laid out in a purposeful, good manner. And you was on with Brian this morning, weren't you? Because I watched it while I was at work. A lot of the time when I'm working away, I've always got an earpiece. Yeah. Oh no, I know. Brian's channel. Yeah. I watched it and I was listening to it because all you get is people. Who's this bloke that runs? Oh fucking hell! The Sutton Cock, it's called. There's a channel called the something Cock. He's got about 5,000 followers.
Is that the Fighting Cock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's with what's his name? I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Is he Levy out, or he seems like it? He's not really aggressive, but
he's I think he's connected. I think he's connected.
Right,
Flav,
okay.
That's it, Flav. Yeah, I've had social media exchanges with Flav. Look, Flav's a massive Spurs fan. He's been doing the podcast for maybe 10 years. You know, when it comes to Enoch and Levy, he's very on the fence, though. He's very on the fence. So,
how old is he? 40s?
I don't know. Must be mid to late 30s, early 40s, I would guess.
Yes. So he's only really ever known Levy and shit managers before that, gross and fucking one thing and another. That's got fucking hell. Imagine someone like him coming in.
Well, I think what we're going to get is, look, for me, a big problem with this advisory board is, one, there's no voting rights. Two, it's not to do with the football side of things. I read what you're allowed to do and what you're not allowed to, and what I read what it entails and what it doesn't include. And it's not so much about the football side of things, which I think is alarming, because that's the thing we care about. So whether we're going to be allowed to talk about it, or if we're going to sit there and talk about more flags in the South Stand and ticket prices and all that, then it's a waste of time for me. It's just another gimmick. It's another more smokes and mirrors. So I'm not convinced by the fan advisory board, but I've gone for it, because if I do get on it, I'll suss it out pretty quick, and then if it's not for me, I'll just give up the position. I'll be like, this isn't for me. This isn't going to change anything. So, but let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's only to see, won't we? I mean, the only thing that worries me about it is you're going to get a load of sort of how can I say it, to try and be kind, liberal sort of points of view that don't really get proper questions answered and stuff like that, you know. Because whoever you watch on fan channels, and we all watch different ones at some point, is that obviously some of them use a lot different language than others. You know, obviously we can come in here and say what we like, but you know, yeah, it goes down very well.
At the end of the day, right, it's going to be an advisory board. That means you give advice. Now, whether they want to take your advice or not, it's up to them. So, you know, I could advise you, Dean, not to go to any more Spurs games. Now, whether you go or not, it's up to you. I can't stop you. I advise fans to come to the protest. Whether they choose to come or not, it doesn't matter. So this advisory board, I don't know how much influence it's going to have, if any. So I don't think it will have much influence. But I can guarantee you it'll be made up of a lot of yes people, I think. Be a lot of individuals who are there for maybe a bit of ego, a bit of clout, to tell their mates, yeah, I'm on the advisory board, you know. Got a meeting with Daniel.
Well, that woman.
Oh, Donna Cullen. Well, apparently, I think she's leading it. I think she's the one running it.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. Yeah.
Oh my
but what's her knowledge? What's her knowledge of football? What's her knowledge of football? None.
She doesn't have knowledge. She doesn't have knowledge of football. She's just a PR person. She does all the communications in the pub. All those really well-timed, badly thought Facebook posts and tweets they put out. That's her. She's part of it. She's the leader.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Wow. That's just fucking unbelievable.
There's a lot more to Donna Cullen than meets the eye. First of all, I have to say apologies. I can't believe I'm on a stream with Phil, and I've got the bad Wi-Fi. That's saying something. Donna Cullen's a big problem. Donna Cullen is a huge problem. She a load of troll accounts on Twitter are her. One for a fact we know of, for an absolute cast iron fact. She's a big problem. She really has sinked her poison in to that club. She's an awful woman.
Fucking Arsenal kit. Dietrich.
What the fuck is all that about?
Oh, he lost his bet. He lost his bet.
I'll tell you what.
He's on a bit.
There's no fucking. There's no fucking way I'd wear it. I'd fucking burn it first. I'd be out in the fucking front garden, mate, being kicked around the fucking garden. That thing. Yeah, I'll tell you. In the fucking bin with
it. Clean up the dogs.
I'll tell you what to do with that is fucking wipe your ass with it.
Look,
sorry,
You know what?
Brian, I
Honestly,
interrupted you.
I wanted to say, because you've done this as well still, and people called me the crazy one for having a tattoo bet. I would have a million tattoos rather than put that on my body. I would rather have a million tattoos. I saw Mr. Post Office say, how do I know for a fact? Trust me, I'm not going to go into it on air, but I can guarantee you, and trust me when I say this, and I mean it with hand on heart, there is a Donna Cullen account. I'm not going to say the name of it, but it is known. Yeah, she's a problem. She's a big problem. You've seen the way this talk has come out with. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Still, can you
Yeah,
hear
we
me?
can
All
hear
right.
yeah, can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. But this internet is really, really choppy. But yeah, you see the things that have come out yesterday, such as with the Brendan Rodgers stuff, and how she's wanting him because it might bring Madison and Tillemans. She's got her fingers in the pies. Let's just put it that way.
She
She
should have
most
nothing to
certainly
do with the
she's
football.
a lot worse than people think. But don't get me wrong. Listen, Levy is the root problem. Nothing changes till he goes. But Donna Cullen is a problem.
If she's just there as a PR person, what the fuck's she got to do with football? Nothing. Fuck me, that's quality, that
She-
isn't it? Where's the other geezer gone? The other geezer's left gone as well. Where's he gone?
They're into. Dean, you're killing me.
Huh?
Their internet keeps cutting out.
can I turn
Their
off my
internet
camera?
keeps chopping out.
Hey, you
Yeah,
can
go
take
on
that
then.
fucking
You've done your
top.
bet.
You can take the fucking top off now. You can frighten the fucking
No,
people.
no, burn it. Now I can burn it. Fuck this.
Anyway,
Well, you can burn it. You better bloody burn it.
yeah, what I don't understand is, let's get back to what we was talking about, is that what's a PR person doing having anything to do with advising about a manager in this fucking football club?
You see, still, I honor my bets unlike you. You have to wear West Ham kits.
I've done my
Yeah.
bets. Donna Cullen should have no involvement in any footballing decisions. But the problem is, Dean, Daniel Levy allows her to make decisions. He listens to her. So this is what I was saying earlier on when I started the show. What can we do if fans want certain people out of the club that are on the board, but it's Daniel Levy that wants them there? So I think the only way the board goes is if the club is sold, or if Daniel Levy goes and then a new chairman comes in and says, right, you guys, I'm going to change you, or you're going to start changing the way you do things. You're right. She shouldn't be involved in football decisions. She's a disaster.
fucking
She's
right,
one of the
no.
people that didn't. She's one of the people that
Right.
advised the board
Bro.
not to bring back Daniel Levy.
Still, my
Because she
question.
said, if we bring back Daniel Levy, it's an
Bring
admission
back
that we.
the Poch, you mean? Poch.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, she said if you bring back Pochettino, it's an admission that we got it wrong. Kevin, I'll bring you back in again, but if it cuts out again, I won't be able to do it because it keeps cutting in and out, mate. You're right there?
It's mate.
Yeah? How are you?
You're all right?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm all
Really?
right, mate.
Oh, you're there. You seemed a bit delayed.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Your internet is gone.
Kevin,
Oh.
restart your phone and come back because it's too slow. Yeah, so we can't really we can't really be listening to people that aren't football people. But this is part of the problem. This is why we haven't brought back Poch, and it's why we've basically lost Nagelsmann. Dean.
No, but
So,
let me ask you. Let me ask you. If Levy, like, he has his own board and everything they question him, don't you think it's better that he fires everyone if they don't believe in what he does?
Well, no, or maybe they're doing what he's telling them. Maybe Donna Cullen is doing what he wants her to do.
No,
'Cause
but
if
he said
I-
he wants. But he said he wants Poch back, and she says no, don't bring him back.
It's nothing to do with her.
Yeah, but he's choosing to listen to her, no?
Yeah, because first thing is like get back in your fucking soapbox and fuck off.
Essentially,
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to be politically correct. I'm just going to say it fucking is. Do you know what I mean? I mean,
By the way, well, I did my
I'll be
best.
going to watch Spurs before he was in fucking short trousers. That geezer.
listen, Harry, I've just blocked you, man. You can't come on this show and start saying women can't play football, dude. You're being a dickhead, right? I blocked you. You can't do that, mate. I don't understand why you do that.
What's women's football?
And you
got to
guys
do with
have
what we're
just
talking about?
witnessed SmackDown with Stelios.
What the hell is that, Will?
When you're being
You
this
can-
is
Yeah, I used to watch fucking WWE. I don't watch it no more.
whenever
They
you
got
go
best out.
after people, that's your new that's your alter ego, your extra personality. SmackDown with Stelios.
Still, no, Will, I want to ask you, can you do the same one with me and stuff for the watch along?
You just gotta send me a picture, my man.
No, but can you
Anyway.
find a,
Send whatever picture you want, my man.
okay, that, and
Just
I'm
send
going
a
to send
picture
you my
of both.
goat and my goat.
Stelios. Who's the
Yeah.
other board members? Listen, I don't look into it, board members. I just know the guy at the top, and he's the one that makes decisions. Who are the other board members?
The key players of this lot: Levy, Colcott, Capelhorn, and Cullen. They're the key players, right? Then you've got Joe Lewis and Enoch. So this is the group really that are instrumental in what goes on at Spurs. If we're going to be honest about it, Donald Cullen's getting a lot of the heat at the moment, but for me, the question is, why are we going after the board members? Because they're only doing their job. They're doing what Levy's telling them to do. They're doing their job. If they weren't doing their job, he would have got rid of them. The same way he gets rid of managers and heads of recruitment and football directors. He doesn't get rid of... This board hasn't changed. So he's not really changing the board much, which means they must be doing what he wants.
Yeah, making
Or have I
more
got
money.
that wrong?
Must be making more money. Are they all accountants? Yeah, well, they are accountants.
I mean, how do you see it, Will?
What's there to say, man?
Isn't Donald Cullen just PR?
No, Donna Cullen is not just PR, right? Unfortunately, I wish she was. But she gets her fingers in. Apparently, she had her voice in and get whether to bring back Potch or not, and players to sign this, that, and the other thing. She gets her fingers in all kinds of things, dude. So, I mean, what are you gonna say about it?
I mean, I find it amazing. I know Eric Dyer has been a great servant of the football club, blah blah blah, but the guy's performances this year have been so not. Let's just say they've not been good at times.
Dean, how's he been a great servant? What's he done?
Well, what I'm saying is he stayed at the club and he's stayed at how long has he been here? 10 years, whatever.
It's because we won't get rid of him. It's because we won't sell him.
You better giving him 3 more years. Well, no, they're not. Haven't given it to him yet, but they're in negotiations. I just find it fucking bizarre because. So you got. I mean, there's all this talk about fucking slot. It's like who'd you pick tomorrow to talk about as being the fucking manager? I mean, they'll be talking about the fucking local council worker tomorrow because we be running out of fucking people to talk about because they're all going by the wayside one by fucking one. It's all a bloody joke because they all know what fucking Levy's like. They pick the phone up to Mourinho or Conte and go, "What's it like working for Spurs?" Well, he's a complete fucking cunt. Don't go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I listen. I can say what I like. I go to football, and I'm going to say it is, and that's the way it is. I mean, he needs to sort the fucking shit out. Oh, it's a good job he don't come in the South Stand, then I'm sure he'd get a right mouthful. You know.
Listen, that someone once said that a great businessman or a great leader can walk the halls or the corridors of his business. There's no way Daniel Levy can do that. He can't walk around his own company. That says it all.
There's a
He can't do it.
background noise.
What's that noise
Somebody's
going
got
on?
some mad background noise going on.
It's not me.
It's Kevin. He's struggling with the technology. I'll just put him to one side for now. He's trying to come on, but I don't. He can't quite sit. I don't think he gets it.
Well, it's easy.
Well, it's easy if you know what you're doing. I think he's still trying to figure it out, but it is what it is.
Ryan, is the little
What
young fella in the corner, right?
we didn't discuss like Pochettino. Like, are you guys genuinely gutted that he's gone to Chelsea, or are you not bothered? Are you one of these people now that when you see him wearing the Chelsea kit on a match day, fuck him, Poch, or are you just
still?
Or go on, yeah.
I couldn't give a shit. I never rated this guy. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't care. He's not a good manager. I don't care. Don't give a fuck. Honestly. Fuck this guy.
I regret
Well,
it.
Really?
Yeah. Never rated this
Say
guy.
that,
I cried when he was sacked. I take all those tears back.
say that again, Ryan.
I cried when we sacked him. It's like, I can't believe we've sacked him. I take all those tears back.
No, but if
Why?
he won a trophy, I can understand people crying, but he
Because
did
it's only
nothing.
Chelsea. It's one of the worst things you could do. But he's every right to do it. Like, as you said, Stel, the blame is fully at the doorstep of Daniel. Like 95% of that blame is on Daniel Levy for not picking up the phone. If he picked up the phone, he would have been back. If Levy just held his hands up and went, for the first time in his life, I was wrong, and put his ego aside, Pochettino would be back at Spurs right now. Right now.
Yeah.
But let me ask you guys, why do you want him back? He didn't win a trophy.
Has nothing to do with trophies. He didn't win a trophy because he wasn't backed.
Yeah,
No.
the 55th time on the fucking days. He should have
But
been.
no.
Should have been
Ryan.
refreshed with the squad.
Ryan, I agree he wasn't backed.
Why are you blaming him that he didn't win a trophy?
No, I agree he didn't win a trophy, but he had his chances to win at least a League Cup, a FA Cup. He never did.
He had, in the final of the League Cup, we had Jose Mourinho with prime Chelsea with prime Hazard, Costa, Fabregas, Willian, who always scores against us, Courtois, Terry at the back. You really think we're going to beat that Chelsea side?
But we had the best.
With by the way, with the likes of Townsend, Ben Taleb, Mason, Ryan Mason.
No, I'm talking about
Eric
when we.
Dyer at the back.
No, I'm talking about when we had like
his first season at Spurs when he got to that final.
No, I'm saying when we had Vertonghen, Alderweireld, Danny Rose, Walker, and we reached the semi-final. Like, we had the chances.
And we faced Man United and we faced Chelsea.
Dietrich, you know that semi-final?
We had the run to the final that Manchester United had to the Carabao Cup final this year. Then Poch would have won the trophy. Guaranteed.
He would never have won.
He would have won.
Dietrich, in the semi-final against Chelsea, at 2-2, it was a really close game. Whatever Chelsea threw at us, we found a way back, right? We were in that game. Someone had to do something special to win it. On the bench, the only player we had that was good was Kyle Walker, a defender. They brought on, correct me if I'm wrong, Hazard, Fabregas, and one more. The guy that scored that long-range effort, that cracker.
Matic.
Right.
Yeah,
They brought on 3 really good players. I mean, Hazard is a dribbler and a goal scorer and a creator. Hazard is a creator. And then Matic was, at that time, a competent holding mid, attacking central midfielder. They brought on players to win it, and they won it. We never had the bench. They did. And that's where we lost the game. I know people will point the stick, will hit Poch with a stick and say, I was starting Son at left back. Listen, even with Son at left back, it was 2-2. It's anyone's game, man. They had the tactical subs to bring on. We didn't. Can we really blame Poch for that, Dietrich? Can we really blame him for that?
No, I'm not saying that game particularly. I'm just saying in general, you had an
But
amazing
that's
11.
isn't that a reason though why we didn't get to a final to potentially win a trophy though?
No, I'm just saying like you had that team. If you give, let's say, Jose or Conte that 11, I swear to God, we would have won a trophy. At least one. With that 11 and the bench, everything we had with Poch, we would have won the trophy. That's just me.
Yeah,
Why?
but would Conte or Jose have built that type of squad? Because Poch, it took him 4 or 5 years to build that team with Paul Mitchell.
Yeah, they would
Would
have.
we as a club been able to attract a Conte?
No,
or
I'm
a
saying
Jose back then?
after the first season when we didn't win a trophy, when Leicester won, I would have sacked him and brought in Jose. That's what I would have done.
But we did, and Jose got us to a cup final, and he was fired before.
No,
the
I'm
final.
saying with that team, with Walker, with Danny Rose, with everyone.
He wasn't joining then. None of them would have joined at that point, number one. Number two, the fact that you think that we'd never been in a title race in about 20 years prior to that, and we'd never finished, and we hadn't been in the top four for a decade or half a decade prior to that. You think Poch should be sacked for finishing third?
Yeah. I'm not even joking. Yeah. If you think after that, like he cannot get us over the line, I would have sacked him.
Will, what do you think on this?
On Poch getting over the line?
What Dietrich is saying, do you agree with him?
No, I think Poch, if he would have been backed correctly, would have easily won something. Especially in that year when we were building the stadium, while we were at Wembley. And that was the time to kick on, right? That Lucas Moura window was probably, that was the start of the worst segment of, I guess you could say that was the beginning of the downfall.
It was, yeah.
Right? Because if we would have actually
That's what.
if we would have actually bought players that were quality in that Moura window and then continued to kick on from there, we probably would have won something that next season.
The biggest thing he never done was be able to replace was Dembele, because he was just brilliant.
Actually,
He was just brilliant. He just couldn't get a ball off him.
Actually, we could have even won the Europa when we were under Poch, but he never took it seriously.
Sorry,
Well,
Dietrich, 1 second. All right. Mr. Yakin, I'm going to bring you on. I swear I'm going to have my finger on the button. If you do anything silly, I will block you, and I will contact all the other channels to block you as well. Right? Don't test me on this. I'm going to give you a bit. I'm going to give you a chance. All right?
He ain't gonna get.
Welcome to
He
the
ain't
show.
the one
You
that gets
okay?
his arse out, is he?
Yeah, I'm all right. Who do you support?
Support Leicester City, mate.
And you're the founder of Sporting Barking.
I am founder of Sporting Barking, mate.
Who's Sporting Barking?
My club.
All right. What is it you wanted to say, mate? Welcome to the show.
I knew it.
I even said to him, I've got my finger on the button. I've actually got my finger on the button. Yeah, because I shut him out too quick. All right. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate your input. You're an amazing human being. Have a great week. What an absolute bell end, man. All right, mate. Support Leicester, mate. Sporting Barking, mate.
Really, Leicester City, he's getting fucked every week.
Yeah, they're going
He's a
down.
Leicester fan. By the way, West Ham are in a conference. They're in a European final. Jose Mourinho has just got Roma to the Europa Cup final.
Who knocked out, by the way? Who knocked out? Xabi Alonso. It's not quite done yet, by the way. It's not, but they're about to.
They're going to do it, man. It's Mourinho.
Xabi Alonso, who apparently is now good enough for Spurs, and Arne Slot, who's good enough for Spurs, and Jose Mourinho was finished. Just saying.
Slot did not play.
Do you know what? I never ever wanted Mourinho out. I never wanted Mourinho out. Such a fucking disaster that.
Bro, Mourinho was the best coach we could have got. Better than Conte, better than Poch, better than anyone.
So it's going to be West Ham are playing. Oh no, hold on. Basel or Fiorentina. That's going to go to extra time because that's 3-3 on aggregate. And then
Sevilla, Juventus,
Roma.
Extra time.
Roma.
It's
Are
not
they in
done
extra
yet.
time or in injury time?
No,
Injury time. It's 9th minute of stoppage time. And
I'll tell you what, Bayer Leverkusen not in a bad team, that's a good result for Roma. So Roma will play either Seville or Juventus in the final.
Roma are in the final. Jose Mourinho could win a Conference League, a Europa League, and next season could easily win the Champions League.
Listen. Our fan base, I've said it many times.
Champions League with Roma, he does all three in identical.
But Ryan, he can even win the Super Cup this summer too.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll tell you what. If Roma end up playing Juventus in the final, that's going to be disgusting. An all-Italian final, Roma v Juve.
Sevilla, though, it's their cup. It's their competition, isn't it? The UEFA Cup Europa League.
Can you bring this fraud of Ege? Ever since AC Milan lost, he's ghosted.
4-0.
Strikes again.
Sheffield Wednesday 4-0 against Peterborough. They pulled it back.
That's unbelievable. Forget sacking Conte. Mourinho should never have been sacked. Joe, none of them should have been sacked. None of these managers should have been sacked, buddy.
I can't remember. Why was Mourinho sacked a week before the cup final, which I thought was disgraceful anyway?
Because Super League and refused to take training.
Sorry?
He refused. He didn't like the Super League and refused to take training. That's one of the reasons.
Right. And there was another reason I read. It was
Levy wanted him to name a weakened side in the cup final because top four was on the line.
Yeah. Because he wanted to play a weak side against Southampton.
Whatever the reason. Oh my God, the barking idiot's back again. He's come under a different name. He must think I'm stupid. Andrew, he's come under the name of Andrew Stewart now.
Fucking hell.
I'll just leave him there. Just let him sit there and jizz.
Newcastle beat Brighton 4-1.
Do you know what? Brighton have got a really hard run in, and it makes it difficult for them to cement top six. But I actually think
Spurs beat Man City. I'm telling you, they'll beat Man City.
If Man City beat Chelsea on the weekend, they're league champions. And that means Man City can just rest players for the last two games that they need to win the Champions League and the FA Cup. And they probably will do that.
But if they lose and Arsenal loses, they're still champions.
Yeah. Well, Arsenal play first, so they'll know if they're champions before.
Another great Tottenham player on the Sky tonight, Chris Hughton. Back from the old days. Left back or right back, if I remember rightly.
Do you guys want Spurs to be in the Conference Cup or not? If we end up 7th, would you take it or not?
No.
I treat the conference like the Carabao Cup, where just play the kids until a certain stage. The minute it gets to say quarters or semis, that's when trophies on the line. At that point, we'll
we played the
final in the name, quarterfinal, semi-final, fight. That's when my interest goes up. FA Cup, I love. I always want us to go 100% for the FA Cup. Carabao Cup, if we get knocked out in the third or fourth round, it doesn't bother me. It hurts, but it doesn't really hurt. But the minute we start hitting quarterfinals and semi-finals, and I know we're 1 or 2 games away from lifting a trophy, that's when I get interested, because it's too early on.
Lamella's just scored for Seville. Eric Lamela.
I rate them.
We're in the mud, man. We're in the mud. Jose's going to the final. Lamella's scoring winners to get them to the final.
He's a Brian Gill
West Ham's
assist.
in the final.
Brian Gill assist.
Brian Gill's going to the final.
Brian Hill assist.
Yeah.
What a fraud. What a fraud.
I think he has the assist. Yeah, he has the assist.
So, do you know what?
Was it a Rabona?
No, header.
Oh.
Could you imagine if West Ham win that? Fucking hell. I got enough of them at fucking work.
Could have guaranteed you it wasn't with his right foot.
So wait, so in the summer we're gonna have Ndombele champion, Brian Hill champion of the
That
Europa.
means Brian Hill or Mourinho are going to win the European Cup.
Mourinho win it.
Seville have got a good record, Will.
Yeah, but it's
There's
Mourinho.
There's a question I want to ask.
Jose Mourinho versus the King of Europa League. Who's your money on?
I'm gonna pick Jose.
Jose.
Yeah, Jose in the final.
Fucking 1-0. A boring 1-0.
It's true. 1-0. 1-0.
1-0. A question I want to ask everybody. If they bring Ndombele back, which they will, and the new manager comes in, do you think he'll get given another chance?
No.
Yeah, he will.
No, he won't.
It's the manager's duty to give everyone a chance. Because do you know what it is, Dean? Right? Listen, I'll go first, and everyone can go and have their say. I was on We Are Tottenham TV today because they asked me to go on because I messaged Ben on the 10th of March saying if we're going to bring in a manager, bring in Arne Slot. In fact, I was talking to Ryan about it back then. If we sat Conte, and the reason I said that is because one, I knew we weren't going to get Poch back because this board won't have the balls to do the right thing. Two, I knew Nagelsmann would tell us to go fuck ourselves. I knew this was going to happen, and they're the two I really wanted. So realistically, it was either going to be a De Zerbi, an Alonso, a Brendan Rodgers, an Arne Slot, one of them type of managers. And out of all of them, I think Arne Slot is the most exciting and progressive manager. And 3 years in a row, he's improved what he's doing. So I thought he's the guy we need. And when you look at the way he sets them up, I honestly think the way they play, Bissouma, Pape Sarr, Skip, they will benefit a lot. I'm not saying they're going to become world beaters, right? I'm not saying that for a second. But if Oliver, Skip, Pape Sarr are going to have a real chance at showing what they're capable of, this is the kind of football and manager that can maybe do it for them. So
Yeah, but
if we're not going to invest in quality players, and we're going to try and do it with the Udogis, the Pape Sarrs, the Skips, the Spences, and these types of players, then this is the man that I think has got the best chance of making it happen. I'm not saying it will, but I think he's got the best chance because of the way he plays. But let me tell you this now. With Arne Slot, we're going to need a new goalie because his goalie plays as a third centre-back. His goalie plays as a centre-back. We're going to need possibly 100% a new centre-back.
And two new fullbacks?
No, we won't.
No, we won't need that. And arguably an Ericsson type player. Because when Arne Slot's team goes on the attack, it goes to 2 at the back and 8 on the attack.
Yeah, but still, I've watched
8 on the attack.
I've watched his tactics, and we have Udogie and Poro. We have Udogie and Poro. They play well in the back three. How are they going to play in a fullback system?
So Arne Slot plays that Klopp's or that Pep system, that weird 3-2-4-1 deal.
No, Arne Slot plays 4-2-3-1 and 4-3-3.
So he's never played 3.
Yeah.
No, I thought he switched recently to playing that Pep system where they have that inverted fullback.
No, he plays 4-2-3-1.
Well,
that's not bad. 4-2-3-1. That's okay.
Doesn't Udogie play in a 4 through Udinese?
No, not 3.
It's a 3.
Yeah, a wing-back system.
Okay, that will make things interesting.
I've not seen him play, the boy, so I don't know. Not seen him play.
So we've basically gone 18 months to play free at the back and complete. The ball's just gone fuck that, and we've signed players for a free at the back system last summer. Make it make sense.
Yeah. Well,
this is why the whole thing needs tearing down and starting again, or you bring in a manager and properly back them, which we're not going to do. Clearly, we would have done that with Jose and Conte. So we're going to go down this whole project route. And if we're going to do the project route, then honestly, just start selling Son and Kane, because this is going to take time, and Son and Kane aren't going to be around in 2-3 years' time. We might as well cash in and just start again. But they need to tell the fans that. They need to tell the fans that's the plan. Because the fans need to be ready for finishing mid-table and lower whilst we do this. And then people will start saying, oh, why didn't we go to the protests? Why didn't we try and keep Conte? No.
Your man with the baklava's back.
Yeah, I know. Andrew, I'm not bringing you on with a mask, man. There's a guy in the back called Andrew Stewart. You've just copied basically Will Stewart's name, but with Andrew in front of it. So
I mean, there are a lot of Stewarts. It is a popular name, right? It is.
Oh, it's too convenient, Will. It's too convenient.
yeah. You must have you got Scottish in your bloodline?
Me? Yeah.
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 In fact, my mom was
Yeah.
the first person in my family without a Scottish surname. So
Yeah, I thought that's a proper Scots name. That is Stuart.
If we sell Son and Kane, we're in a relegation battle next year.
For me, I would love
If we don't replace them with midfield goal scoring players, then yes, 100%.
Me, I would
It all
love.
depends what we.
I would love if we sell Son, so Levy he doesn't have the Korean fans anymore. Some of the Korean fans.
You lose half of them, won't you?
Wayne, if you want to come on, the link is at the top of the description on the YouTube. So feel free to jump on, mate. I'd like to get your Leicester input, man. You must be in crisis, I tell you.
Oh, Jesus.
No, but anyway, going back, I mean, if you had Slot coming, he'd probably raid the Dutch league, wouldn't he? I don't know.
Stefan's gone missing.
Wow.
Mate. Stefan's gone missing.
There's one guy that plays for him. He's Turkish in his team in Feyenoord. He's unbelievable. The midfielder.
Which player,
Yeah.
Beatrix?
I think it's Kokchu, his name. He's a midfielder, Turkish.
Mate, have you seen how many shots they score from outside the box into the top corners?
Yeah,
Feyenoord.
he's one of them. He's a part of that.
Ruthless from distance. Do you know what? The only thing that I worry with Arne Slot is that he's going to come to a league where he's up against Klopp, Poch, Arteta, not so much Arteta, but they're getting a lot of back in there at Arsenal, up against Ten Hag, up against Pep, up against Eddie Howe's Newcastle. Like, he's going to come to a league where he's up against some real heavyweights.
But it's like Ten Hag. It's like Ten Hag. Same situation.
Yeah, it is. You're right, Dietrich. It is. It is a similar situation. You're right. Ten Hag's a bit more experienced, though. He's been around the block a lot longer. Arne Slot's only been doing this for like 3 years.
Between Ten Hag and Arne Slot, if it does happen, Ten Hag actually was the Manchester United manager, but not officially started until this season. He was there a couple of months at the back end of last season to see what he had to work with and everything, and that was his deciding factor on who stays, who goes in the summer.
Yeah.
If Arne Slot comes in, it will be at the end of the season, because we're not going to announce a manager in the next 10 to 12 days. And we'll see. And he's not going to know who fits the system or that until July time, when the players come back for pre-season.
Well, I don't know. Perhaps you might have an idea. Perhaps you do some homework. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, because most of the players that are out on loan, you won't want most of them back anyway, would you?
No.
I'd go
Maybe
all out.
Reggie. I think Reguilon got a bit of a raw deal. I don't understand.
Yeah, so do I. I did.
I just thought that he was.
yeah, Reguilon's good.
Player.
I just never liked his attitude.
He's
He's
actually
just young. He's grown. He got hurt though. Has he played since he came back from injury or no?
No, he didn't play 1 minute.
Bryce, just to answer your question, Henry's welcome on our channel whenever he wants. If he wants any of us or myself to go on any of his streams, I will go on if he asks. He just hasn't asked in a while. To answer your question,
Henry.
there are some good
Oh,
in the Dutch league. There are some good players in the Dutch league. There are some good players in the Dutch league.
But
Even
then
what's funny,
there's been very few Dutch league players that have come over to the Premier League and hit it on fire. You could probably name a handful. Very rarely, especially an offensive player, the only one that sticks to mind that's come from the Dutch league and hit the ground running is Ruud van Nistelrooy. No one else.
Where you need to be looking for young talent, I think, is the Austrian Bundesliga.
Yeah, Bundesliga is always one, but where you get...
But the Austrian one, not the German one, the Austrian one.
Oh, okay.
Don't know much about that league.
But most of the Dutch
Only if
players,
they play for RB Salzburg, though.
but much of the Dutch players that left, they went to Italy, like Koepen Miners. A great midfielder went to Italy. We just get the shit players.
It depends how much money he's got, and it's the same
It
old
depends
shit.
who's the director of football. Do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Can I? Do you know what, guys? I'm not. By the way, I'm not convinced we're going to get Arnie Slot. By the way,
I think
I still think
No,
Ryan Mason will be.
no.
I still think Ryan Mason will be the manager next year. I'm not joking when I say.
And my
this.
background will
Yeah,
be purple and gold all next season if Ryan Mason is the manager.
Why do you think... Wait, if Ryan Mason loses the next 2 games, do you think he'll be given the job?
He won't.
He won't. Or
I think.
if he is given the job,
Brentford.
everyone's rejected him.
I think
If he does,
Brentford's
we'll
gonna-
finish 9th.
We're going to have bigger problems than that. I think we're going to beat Brentford because now Ivan Toney's out, which is a massive.
for 8
loss for them.
months.
He's like,
Oh, fucking 8 months. Stick that up your shirt.
Brentford will play with even more freedom. That they'll play with VCN and Mbuemo up front with pace and behind. So you imagine Dyer.
yeah, but Ivan. Listen,
Ivan Toney's
Ryan,
more
listen.
flick on, and then you got. But they've now got.
He's their top goal scorer. He's their top.
I
goal
know.
scorer.
But how many penalties? I think half of his goals are penalties.
Yeah.
You
Well,
can say the
9 or-
same with Harry Kane. Same
No,
with Harry
Kane doesn't have many goals, penalties, not many.
Not this season, but he
Really?
normally has 6 or 7.
He has 4 goals, penalties this year.
Tony.
But
Did you
he's,
see
but he's only got like 6 from open play.
Oh, shut up, Will.
The rest of them are from set pieces and free kicks,
You watch.
headers.
They will play
Yeah, because our team cannot do anything
They
in
will
open
attack
play.
right at the front with pace, and that will.
Every time they come to Spurs, they ain't done fuck all.
I think we'll beat Brentford, but I think when we go to Leeds, they're going to sting us. I think Leeds are going to. Honestly, Sam Allardyce is going to do a number on us because they're going to need to they need it for their survival. I think that's the game we should worry about. And I'm telling you, Ryan, for your own sanity, do not go to another away game until the season's over, mate.
I'm going Leeds
Stop
away.
doing it. Fucking idiot.
Well,
I got offered a ticket. I mean, I can't go to a long way away. The away games I'd like to go to are the ones in London, but you never get a ticket. I got offered to go to Liverpool this season because we got a bloke who he's only a member, but he's got so many guys who he's got in touch with. Yeah, no, Liverpool. I got offered a ticket away. But I didn't go. I'm fucking glad I didn't go out there 4 hours there, 4 hours back.
I won't tell you what happened with me at Liverpool then.
There's a guy asking in the comments a good question. Who would you take, Potter or Mason?
Potter.
Before I answer that,
Ooh, that's a tough one.
No,
very quickly. There's people asking about the protest this weekend. Just to let you know, yes, there is a protest. It's going to be opposite the club shop this match day on Saturday, and it's going to be starting from 10 a.m. Come and join us. That's the basic info you need to know if you want to come to the protest. What was the question?
Potter
or Mason. See, we got here a silver dollar.
Oh my God.
No, if you have to take one.
Oh, none of them.
No, you have to take one.
Potter.
I ain't taking them.
I'm taking Potter.
Potter. And
Tails is Potter, heads was Mason, so I flipped it, and
Obviously,
Tails
Potter
won.
went to Chelsea too soon. You should have done another season with Brighton. I
Yeah,
think that's
but
what Derby's gonna
Ryan,
do.
If he did another
So he's
season with Brighton, they'd be 12th right now
I think
instead of 6th.
maybe 10th or I think that'd be between 10th and 12th.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, but they're 6th
It's
right
not-
now. So why would they want to stick with
They're only 6
Potter?
points down.
Do you know
Brendan
what?
Rodgers
I'm going to
wants
say
the job.
Mason. I'm going to say Mason because at least with Mason, we do score goals. Maybe not enough, but we do score goals. With
He
Potter, he's just
ain't
an
going to be
he's
manager.
just
Potter's never had a team with a
No
striker.
way.
Yes, he did.
No
he had
way.
Lukaku, and he got rid of him. He had who else did he get?
no, he didn't have
Both
No,
of
he
these
didn't.
are.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
That
Lukaku
was,
left in the summer, didn't he?
Yeah, he went in the summer, so he never had a striker. He never
He had Aubameyang.
He's a troublemaker. He's a
Shami, if
troublemaker.
we bring in Enrique, we're going to need to sign like 10 Spanish internationals for the
Yeah.
way he wants to play this. Well,
Yeah. I ain't
I
gonna.
don't, Enrique won't come to Spurs. I don't think he's coming to Spurs.
I'm almost
Whose
positive
was
Arnie
worse?
Slot.
Whose style of play was worse, Conte's or Mourinho's?
Mourinho. Mourinho was hell to watch.
Mourinho did sit back as soon as we scored one goal.
Yeah, it was bad.
But Conte sat back until we were 2-0 down.
Yeah.
Not in his first season, he didn't.
No. It was the second half of that season when we went to Man City and
Mourinho was the 3-3 against West Ham.
went to Man City and mugged them 3-2 right in the last minute of injury time. That was fucking brilliant.
Ryan,
that
do you
was.
remember when we had like 10 draws under Mourinho? Just because we were sending back after 1-0 leads.
Yeah. But I say the game that fucked Mourinho and Spurs and Mourinho was the 3-3 against West Ham.
In fact, Ryan, if you go back and watch, that game didn't fuck him. It's when he decided to change the system after that game. Had he stuck to the system he was playing, the 4-2-3-1, we would have been okay. Because I remember against West Ham, he brought on Gareth Bale, and Gareth Bale missed a sitter at 3-2. At 4-2, we win it. So it's not his fault. And that stupid foul that Aurier gave away for that free kick that Winks couldn't clear properly outside of the edge of the box, and then Lanzini smashed it top bins. That's you can't put that on a manager. There's just players
I'm not manager, but I'm saying that's the reason behind why Mourinho decided to go more defensive.
If he kept his system, we would have been all right. But I think he just I don't know.
He actually altered his system from the 4-3-3 at Man United to the 4-3-3 at Spurs, because he always likes to sit back, and instead of having the wingers come back to make the back six, he actually had Wanyama and Sissoko or whoever was next to Sissoko drop back to back six to keep the wingers high with Kane, because obviously Kane was the one that was playing the football to allow Son and whoever it was, Lucas Moura, running in behind. So he actually kept he subtly tweaked the way he used to play.
I think we're still paying him off, haven't we?
Oh, it's still horrible.
We're still paying off pot. We've got a super chat here from Anthony Lafleur. Big up the panel. I agree with Still. No matter who Spurs bring in as manager, they have to be backed properly. I think every fan is saying that now, Anthony, that the manager has to be backed properly, right? I think everyone's saying that. I agree with you. Got another super chat from Anthony, who says, thank you again, Anthony. When we stuck with our manager Stefano Pioli at AC Milan, we were able to win Serie A and get to the Champions League semi-finals. Levy needs to trust the manager, mate. That's why we're Levy out. That's why we're purple and gold. That's why we protest, mate.
But let me ask you this: how would you know when a manager has been backed?
Because they won't be saying things like "Don't call me the manager. I'm the coach." They won't be saying.
When you see
They're happy winning games.
You see the players playing for the manager, and they seem suited and into the system, and it doesn't seem that they're putting into square pegs, round holes, or they're just left on the bench and not played. That's how you can tell that a manager's been backed and he likes the players that's been brought for him.
Now I'm just scared that he sees something in Dyer, then he plays him, then he says, I don't need another midfielder or center back. That's what I'm scared of.
Well,
Listen, I don't think we're going to get the managers fans think. I do believe it's going to be either Potter, Mason, or Rodgers. I think that's what we're going to end up with, because any
Not Nuno?
manager with a brain cell. What you really, Nuno?
He will make us proud.
It's an honor for me to address you, Spurs fans. I'm so happy to be here. And my promise to you, we're going to make you proud. We're going to make you proud.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
He left
well,
Saudi
at least he come and spoke to us more than what Levy did. Or has.
It's true.
No, Dean.
What's up, Minerals?
Minerals?
He's on mute.
Minerals. He's in the woods. He's in the woods. He's in the woods because
Why have we got all these people with no faces on them?
Because they're all frauds. Look, like this guy. Ivan Toney's admitted his biggest error is betting on Arsenal to win the league back in February. What do you think about that, Minerals? Minerals?
But you know it's a joke. It's not real.
Minerals.
Wasn't Ram supposed to come on as well? Because he was giving it all, throughout the season.
Listen. The one I want is that Stefan. Stefan's conveniently. He's gone missing, Dean. He's gone missing, mate.
Yeah. He's always run his trunk off, wasn't he?
He comes on here saying your players aren't clutch. Harry Kane's not clutch. Come and tell us about your Arsenal players. Come and tell us, Stefan.
Saka let the Arsenal down. Saka let the country down.
I want Stefan to explain this to me. I want to know how you spent 247 days top of the league and you fucked it up.
See, I told everybody on Henry's channel at the beginning of the season, right? In the first 3, 4, 5 weeks when Arsenal started doing well and everybody was coming at me mid-season, everybody was coming at me. You changed your mind, Will? I said no. I said Arsenal will fall away. And they did.
I wouldn't say they fell away. They proper bottled it.
Rams wants Arteta sacked.
Elite mentality.
Stefan has to come on. He's an Arsenal fan.
Rams is listening to Liga.
Fucking hell, really?
He's all right there, Rams. Rams is all right. Stefan is missing. That's right. He's in the woods with Minerals.
I haven't seen him for weeks, man.
Who's that?
No, remember Stefan was in the comments. He was in the comments and Stelio said, you're not joining the stream.
Okay.
He begged me to come on, right? He begged me to come on when Aston Villa beat us. And I said, where were you when you lost to Man City? Where were you when you lost to Brighton? Where were you when you lost all these games coming on? No. I said, I decide when you come back on. Cherry picking his moment. Nah, not anymore. He's such a fraud. He's such a fraud of a fan.
I love it. Yeah.
Thanks for watching, Flashbacks.
Okay, I'm shooting now. I'm going off. I'm going to bed. Got an early start tomorrow. Big up everyone in the chat.
Worst fan base I've ever had. Okay.
Well, I'll see you at the protest and you'll get your chicken.
Yeah. I'll see you Saturday, man. Big up. Take care, bro.
Enjoy.
Later, Ryan.
Take care, man.
Seville are in the final. Hill and Lamella combined for the win.
I think Sheffield Wednesday are lost.
Joe, I actually looked into managers in Europe a while back, and I mentioned this at the beginning of May. I spoke about Arne Slot. So I know a lot of fans are jumping on it now, but I wasn't one of those. Managers that I don't know about too much is the Sporting Lisbon guy that people have spoken about. I don't know too much about him. And is it Klasner, the manager at Frankfurt? He's another one I don't know too much about. I know they've been mentioned too, but
I would take the Atalanta manager, Gasperini.
Do you speak English?
Maybe he could. Probably not.
You really need to have an English speaker, really, don't you? You don't want to.
Can half our players speak English?
No, they can't.
Well, well, I think
Actually,
they can,
even-
can't they? I don't
even
know.
Richie-
I don't know
even-
about Emerson. No, he does. He started to speak English. Yeah, Emerson has.
Richie has been in the Prem for 10 years. He can't speak English.
Who?
He does. He does speak English, doesn't he? I'm sure he doesn't just speak Brazilian or Portuguese.
He can't even do a full sentence
Oh, he
in
speaks
English.
English.
But go watch his
You're
interviews.
trolling now.
Go watch his interviews. He always struggles in
He can
English.
speak English.
He barely speaks English, man.
You ever tried Portuguese?
Don't make me
That's a
play your
fucking hard
ghost song.
language, eh?
No, please don't.
Listen,
Tottenham
Leeds are
Away,
going to lose at West Ham.
I know one is looking into Gallardo. That's a good point. Gallardo did brilliantly at River Plate. Gallardo
Yeah,
did
but
really.
that's a
Do
bit-
you know what? Maybe they're worried he's going to be like a Bielsa. Maybe there's that concern. I don't know.
No, man. River Plate.
Where's he manager now?
He used to manage River
Actually,
Plate.
am I wrong in saying when Poch first came to Spurs, didn't Pochettino have a translator at Southampton for the first 2 years?
He did, yeah.
He did, didn't he? Yeah. He's gonna have to learn it.
I think he. They must go to English lessons, mustn't they? They must do.
Yeah,
must
I'm
do.
sure they get schooled. I
But,
mean, Bielsa, he had a translator the whole time he was at Leeds.
Yeah, I mean, Portuguese is Portuguese is a very difficult language to learn. Very difficult.
I don't think it is. It's like Spanish.
No, it's not the same thing.
You listen to them; that's different. That's totally different.
It's
I don't
different
know
than
about
Spanish, yes, but it's based off the
on
same.
the border. On the border, border regions,
Spanish,
like
Italian. Spanish and Italian is
Yes.
similar.
they're all Latin languages.
Yeah,
We
Italian,
got-
French, Spanish, Portuguese are all Latin languages.
Romanian's a Latin language as well. It all comes back from when the Romans raided many 2,000 years ago when they went into different countries. The only place that it didn't really hold was here, because we obviously got raided by the Saxons and Vikings and stuff like that. So that's why.
Guys, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of him?
But I think he's overrated, man.
De Serbi.
Yeah.
How is he overrated?
No,
Can't be overrated.
no, I don't think I don't think
Potter's overrated. Desarbri's a quality.
No. Potter
He's
is
not like
overrated.
great.
No, I
Yeah.
don't think like in a big club it will work. I think Brighton, that's his level. And people are making out to be like he's the manager of the year and stuff. Like he still hasn't done anything.
Yeah, but he's pulled a mid-table team. He's got them playing some great stuff. Well, he's got the players there, and their scouting system is fantastic.
Yeah, Dean, look at the players he has. I wish we had those players, especially what's his name, Caicedo.
Yeah.
What a player, man.
I had the Japanese young lad,
Even the
Tommy. Oh,
Me too.
Christ, he's quicker than anything. He is really good, him. I think he only cost a couple of million, did he?
He cost like 4 million.
It's like a bargain basket. Unbelievable. You know, I mean, their scouting system still must stretch fucking so far. You know, I mean, I work with a guy, funny enough, I work with a guy who I work with at my company, and he used to be a West Ham scout, and he still had a lot of contacts within the game. But he done bits and pieces for non-league teams while he worked and stuff like that. But his knowledge of the game was, he was a big West Ham man. He used to support West Ham, and he was a West Ham fan. But his knowledge was unbelievable. And we'd sit there and talk in our dinner break, all just about football and what he'd done, and you know, and he would tell me about players I'd never heard of. His son was a youth player at West Ham. Then he went and played at Aston Villa, but Steve Bruce didn't like him. So he took a scholarship in the United States to do business and finance degree. And I think it was in Atlanta. And
That's where Will lives.
yeah, right. And he played. I don't know what university it was, but he played for one of the university football team. And fuck me, they were playing in front of a big crowd. I mean, Will might be able to tell me. I don't know if you might be able to tell me the university's names. That might ring a bell.
Which one? There's like 100,000 of them in the United States.
No, I'm talking about he played in Atlanta.
Oh, in Atlanta?
Yes. He went to a university in Atlanta. Yes, he did. And he was either going to go into finance or business. He was getting offers.
Georgia State, maybe.
Maybe I'd have to speak to him. He doesn't work there anymore. I'd have to ask him. But he was a midfielder. He was a good player, and he played for the university side. He was being looked at by some of the MLS teams. I know.
Georgia Tech.
I think
Georgia Tech's not in Atlanta.
No.
There's only one big university in Atlanta, and that's Georgia State. The rest are like smaller schools. Yeah,
but he some of the offers he was getting to stay there to work was just fucking phenomenal, really. Yeah, he looks like he could do something. You know, I don't know whether he'll ever come back and play football here, but he could at this time of the moment he could probably make more money working in business and finance and shit. But he was hoping maybe to get looked at by some of the MLS teams. I don't know what standard that is to roughly our leagues. Perhaps you'd be able to tell me. I watch some of the MLS. I know you have a lot of Hispanic players play there, don't you? And a lot of European players that come to the end of their careers. But I don't know what the standard is. What would the standard be to our leagues?
Similar to the Scottish Premier League.
What, the top end or the bottom end?
Top end.
What are we talking like champ? Well, that's championship standard, isn't it?
Dean, MLS
No, championship's harder than Scottish Premier League.
MLS is shit. It is shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's getting better traction out there, man.
The Canadian league. The Canadian league.
I mean, Atlanta United get a big support, don't they, Will?
Yeah, we average attendance of like 60,000 plus.
I mean, that's fantastic, man. And then, I mean, you know, when I watched it,
MLS right now is about 15th in the world. It is more difficult than the Scottish Premiership. It is about the same level as the Austrian Bundesliga. But the difference between MLS and those other leagues is there isn't as big of because it's a franchise system, the teams are more even. So you have like, say, Celtic and Rangers are really good, right? And then you have teams like, I don't know who's in last place, like St. Johnstone, which is really bad.
Yeah, really crap.
So the MLS is going to be not as good as Rangers and Celtic, but like if you move back from those two teams, it's going to be about that same level all the way across the board. Like, for example, the highest ranking team in the Scottish Premiership is 74 with Celtic, and then a 26 with St. Johnstone, whereas the highest ranking team in the MLS is ranked at 56, and the lowest is ranked at 46. So it's a lot more, I guess you could say, even across the board.
Yeah, is the transfers done like the American football system where you have like a, you know,
we do have a draft. There's an MLS draft, but it's not really
useful.
Yeah, it's not what they really look for. So MLS draft is more like for, I would say, your bottom rung players that don't get into the academy system and they get drafted straight out of colleges and stuff like that. But
So I've noticed you got a lot of Hispanic players there.
Yeah, we got players from all over the world. So
Yeah, because they want to take all the good Mexican players, put them in the
most-
USs so they
Liga
can represent
MX
the
is
national team.
dropping down, man. Liga MX is dropping down.
Will, are you happy that Balogun has committed to the
Absolutely.
US men's team?
Bro, he is
Finally, we have a
garbage.
better striker than Morocco.
You don't have a better striker
Yeah, we
than
do.
us. No, you don't. And at least our striker is playing the Europa League final.
That's all right.
Can I just say one thing about
Our
Balogun?
striker has scored 19 goals this season. So.
He plays in League One.
Or 20 goals, sorry.
Let me tell you something about Balogun, yeah? 3 years ago, I was at an academy match, and it was Arsenal and Chelsea. And let me tell you, Balogun was fire.
He's good, dude.
Right?
He's good.
I think
And he's young.
think if he can get into a team, a good team, be their number one striker, if Arsenal don't bring him back and have him on a long-term contract, I think they're going to miss out on a really, really good prospect.
He's
So,
way better than Nketiah, dude. Way better than Nketiah.
He is better than Nketiah. He is. He's a different animal.
Miles.
He's a good player. He's a good
Is
player.
he on loan? Where's he on loan in somewhere?
Reims in France.
Oh,
They
Reims.
finished like in 5th or 6th or something like that this season.
Oh,
What, with
Jet
Jet Spence?
went, didn't it? Yeah.
Not Reigns. Reims. REIMS.
Ah, right. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Got
yeah.
you, got you.
But no, I'm excited about it, man, because right now that means the only spots that the USMNT is lacking, and the U20 World Cup starts this week. I don't know if anybody knows that or not. I don't know how into international football you guys are, but I watched the USMNT from U16 up, and I'm excited about the U.S. Men's national team. I think the U.S. Men's national team is going to win the U20 World Cup.
Well, we're going to find out. Mr. Box Office, how you doing, man? You all right,
Alex?
This is going to be a short, sharp appearance because I've got something to say right now. I mean, the main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment's back. And it's something's really troubled about this club right now. And there's one name that's keeping on popping up. And I just need to say this. The women at the moment in football are absolutely killing it. So it's got nothing to do with anything to do about women, okay? Because they're absolutely killing it in terms of England and everything else. But there's one person that's started to crop up, and it made me realise that this is just not turned into a football club, it's a political club. Because it's now, I'm hearing more about Donna Cullum more, and I'm just getting sick of it. I'm getting sick of it. I have to hear now more fans talking about Donna Cullen, Daniel Levy, and what's on the board. When, to be honest with you, it makes no bloody difference in my life. It does.
They make all the decisions at the football club you support.
It makes no difference to any difference in my life whatsoever.
Do you enjoy watching Spurs?
No, because the point I'm making.
Do you enjoy watching Spurs? Yes or no?
But Will, the point I'm making is yeah, because the main event's still speaking. Yeah, the point I'm making is when I was a young boy, I used to talk about David Ginola. Yeah, when he was playing. Yeah, bruv. Yeah, I used to talk about players like Van der Vaart, bruv. Yeah. Why am I talking about? Why am I talking about off the pitch, bruv? Why am I bothered about off the pitch?
Because
bruv?
you're not a little boy anymore, Alex.
No. Why am I talking about off the pitch, bruv? Because that's
because you're
point.
not a little boy anymore, Alex.
No, because the point I'm making is, yeah, that's the reason why I'm saying this is a political club now, bruv. Yeah.
Do little kids watch CNN news?
Political club, yeah. Because if you talk about political club, that's Tottenham Hotspur, bruv. Because we're more bothered about what's going on off the pitch than on the pitch.
Because there's nothing going on the pitch. That's why.
when it's on the pitch. I'm sorry, I'm tired of this, bruv. It's rubbish, and it's a load of rubbish, and that's it. I'm sorry. Yeah,
it's not a load of rubbish. It's very important.
We need to sort our priorities out, and that's it. Rather than listening to rather than having to talk about what the soap opera behind the scenes, and talk about what's on the bloody pitch, and that's it, bruv.
Because there's nothing on the bloody pitch.
Well, that's the problem then, Will, isn't it?
Right, and
Alex,
the problem
what
is
would
the
you
reason
like
there's
to
nothing
see?
on the
What would
pitch
you
is
like to
because of
see,
Donna
Alex?
Cullen.
Problem then,
And,
Will, isn't it?
yes, that's the
Alex,
problem.
Alex,
Donna Cullen
Alex,
and
be
Daniel Levy.
specific.
And that's
What would
Mr.
you like
Box
to
Office
see?
again, because Mr. Box Office is talking the truth again, and that's it. And what do
You're
I
not
want to
talking the
see?
truth. You're
It's
talking
good
nonsense.
football, and that's it. You know what I
No,
mean?
no,
Because
Alex.
when I'm seeing the priorities of this club not working out, and that's it, and I have to hear about Donna Cullen and Daniel Levy every single bloody minute, and then I hear people like, no, wait just a minute, Dietrich, because made event's making himself known. You couldn't do it in 5 minutes. I'll do it in 10. That's just what I'm talking about, yeah, bruv. Yeah. My point is, yeah, is that I want to start seeing a football club at this club now, bruv. Yeah.
Us too.
And
I
I'm
agree.
bored of this now, bruv. Yeah.
Me too.
I've got to now see Dan THFC. Big up to him, by the way. Yeah. Dan THFC
Needs a new house, Dan
who's young,
THFC.
He's a young boy. Yeah. Talking about Daniel Levy when he should be talking about good players, bruv.
Yeah, it's because
It's
we only have
rubbish.
two.
It's
Alex,
rubbish, and
Alex,
that's it.
If I
And
don't
I'm
see
sorry,
you,
if anybody's telling me that I'm talking crap, tell me something, bruv. Because I'm
Yeah, you're
sorry,
talking
that's
crap.
not football, bruv.
What
Yeah,
something
if
do
I
we
want to
need
be
to
a
tell you?
political guy, I'll go to the chambers, bruv, and that's it. And that's all I'm need to say. Mr. Boxer, we talking the truth again. Back to you, Stellis. I'm done.
Alex, wait, can I say something? Alex, if I don't see you at the protest this Saturday, I never want to hear you again.
Was that a Stelios level SmackDown or what?
To be fair,
That's
Alex
a quality thumbnail, isn't it?
No, it's not. I don't like
it. It is.
No, it's not.
No, it is. Especially when Stelios goes in on somebody. It's perfect, right?
Alex, can you be more specific about what you want to see on the pitch, or are you just going to give us your WWE?
Boy, it's just nonsense, TJ.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're just going to give us your WWE promo, which I enjoy, by the way.
He's going to say Poch. He's going to talk about this. Conte's a bomb.
Oh, okay.
No, we need to rebuild.
What the
Restart. Start from
Alex,
the beginning.
answer my question, man. Mr. Box Office. Hit me with the promo, bro. Come on.
He's taking a break. He's not speaking. You see?
Oh, okay. All right, sorry. I'm new. Hey, Stealth, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, welcome whenever you want, man.
Oh, by the way, TJ, Arsenal bottled the league.
Thank you, Dietrich. I'm aware. Very aware of that. I'm reminded every day.
I think I made myself pretty clear what I've just said.
You didn't at all, but that's okay.
I've said.
You don't like politics. We got it. Yeah.
No, I've said to you that I don't like the
you don't like politics, and you don't have any ideas for what you want to do on the pitch. Got it.
We turned into a political club.
Every club is political, Alex. Every club is political. It's a political world.
Wait just a minute. You want me to? You ask a question. I need to answer it.
Okay.
You're not answering the question.
You're not going to answer the question, but go ahead.
But my point is that I don't like the fact that we turn into a political club rather than a football club. Okay, I'm hearing more about someone that, to be honest, is irrelevant in my eyes as far as I'm concerned. Because if we were a good club, a good football club, we don't hear about these people. But all
your
of a
eyes
sudden,
aren't the only ones that count, Alex.
And I don't
your
care.
Eyes aren't the only ones that count.
But I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. My point is, when I hear about these people who are relevant in my eyes, because when I pay my money to go to matches, bruv, yeah, I don't go and watch Donna Cullen on the pitch, don't I? I don't go and see Daniel Levy on the pitch, don't I? I'm supposed to see football players on the pitch. You know what I mean? That's what I've been sold. Yeah, and I'm bored of it now, bruv. Yeah.
And who's the salesman?
The thing is though, yeah, it's all good talking about these people, yeah. It's all good talking about these people, but what does that make me feel good, bruv? What's it got me out of it, bruv? What have I got out of it? Yeah, satisfaction.
Well, what are you doing to change it?
What satisfaction have I got, bruv?
What are you doing to change
By the way, I'm not diving. This is at you, TJ. By the way, this is.
I know. I'm asking you questions, though.
But my point is, what have I got out of it, bruv? What have I got out of it? Because all I've got out of it is just talking for talking's sake. You know what I mean? I ain't getting paid, bruv. I ain't getting paid. Yeah. Because that's what Alex's job is to do when he's doing his job, bruv. Yeah, this is supposed to be a relief. Yeah, and all I'm hearing now is Oh, let's talk about what's going on behind the scenes now. Oh yeah, we're looking so good now because I know everything else. I'm so political. I've got the finances and everything else. That's not having a go at Sean, by the way, because he's very good, by the way. But I'd still banter him every single time, though. But the point I'm making is, yeah. The point I'm making is that
Alex, you say
our
no, wait,
priorities
wait,
are
wait. You say
completely and utterly wrong. Yeah,
no. You say my
the
point.
football clubs that are doing football are Manchester City, Liverpool, Brighton, Newcastle, and look where they are at the moment. And that's all I need to say. That's bantering the
Do you
point and
actually pay
making
attention to
yourself
that?
known, and
To
that's it.
those
Back
clubs?
to you, still. I'm done.
Oh
Or
my
TJ,
days.
make yourself known then, brother. Make yourself known then. Done.
Make yourself known, TJ.
I've been asking questions. I'm making myself known by saying you want to see a product on the field and give us some ideas. Are you showing up to the protests? Are you actually doing anything to
I
make
need to put
meaningful
sunglasses
change?
on to hide my sarcastic eyes.
Yeah. So that's all I'm gonna say. That's
No,
like
that's not,
Alex,
no,
you
no.
can talk about politics all you want, but politics is part of the game. It's a political world that we live in. Will was 100% correct. So
Alex,
you can wax lyrical about wanting to get politics out of football, but that's not realistic.
Alex,
So it is
Alex.
the way it is. Sorry, go ahead,
If
Dietrich.
if you go on other channels or you go other protests and start screaming "Leave it out," then I can say you have everyone to complain and say whatever you want. But now you don't do any of that. So please do not say anything, Alex, until you change. The fans like you change, bro. I'm not going after you. I'm not attacking you.
Dietrich. Have you ever seen Mr. Box Office shut up? No. So really, that's a
No.
waste of energy, isn't
I
it,
have.
Bob? Yeah, I
I
mean,
am.
you
Yeah.
haven't seen it before, haven't you, Bob? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm shameless, bruv. I'm shameless, Bob. Yeah.
It's true.
I'm a shameless guy, Bob. Yeah.
I can
And
agree
you
with
just
that.
need to just get to know that, Bob. Yeah. Right. There's people that hate me, Bob. Yeah. Well, I love that.
Nobody
Bob, yeah?
hates you, Alex.
People hate Mr. Box Office. Yeah.
Nobody
I love the
hates
hate.
you.
I love the hate, Bob. Yeah.
I hate that guy.
Bob, you can try it every single time, Bob. Yeah, because I can still look at myself in the mirror and say that I'm talking the truth every single time, and that's it, Bob. The main event, the Professor of Truth and Entertainment, supporting Tottenham. That I've only seen just 2 Carabao Cups and disappointment, and that's it. And people say that I'm a Poch lover. Well, bruv, tell me what Daniel Levy's told me to get me something better than Pochettino, bruv. Tell me. Nobody, bruv. Nobody. And that's it. Yeah? Back to you, Stelios. So say something stupid now, bruv, and I'm done, bruv. Go on then.
You didn't answer one question with a clear answer. I don't
We
get
are
it.
all now dumber for having listened. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Yep.
The reason why, Alex, that people are talking about these fucking arseholes is purely and simply because the club's not run very well, is it? I mean, the teams that you mentioned before, Man City, Liverpool, blah, 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 all those clubs are run very well. You never hear about their directors and their chairmen because they do take a back seat. You never hear about Man City's directors, do you, or their owners? They just let Pep get on with it. The problem is that we've got to a stage where, look, I don't come on channels very often, do I? You're on channels a lot. I see you on a lot of channels. I listen to all of you. Yeah, everybody's got their own point of view. Blah 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 blah. The problem is that everybody's so fucking pissed off. You know what's going on because nobody knows what's really going on behind the scenes because the people don't never fucking talk to you, do they? If there's one thing that should happen is that the board should talk to the supporters always and keep them informed what's going on. The thing that really opened my eyes up was that thing that was, I know it's not in this country, it's in Europe, is where the ultras hold the players and the manager to book. It was fucking amazing. I mean, that doesn't happen in this country, does it? It would be nice for Mr. Levy, instead of addressing a fucking university, to address us and what he's going to do to get us out of this fucking shit.
Dean, you just said exactly what I just said. That earliest thing you just said, you said you don't hear anything about
That's right.
The people off the pitch on the other teams because they run well. That's the
right.
point I am making. That
Yeah.
is exactly you just.
Or
Wait,
are
wait,
you
wait,
just
wait,
not
whoa,
paying
wait,
attention
wait,
to
whoa,
other
what?
teams as
Wait,
much
wait,
as you're
whoa,
paying
whoa,
attention to
whoa, wait.
Spurs?
You tell me you don't hear about the owners of Man City and the money that they get and where they get it from. You don't hear about the Glazers from Manchester United. You don't hear about the
I'm not
Cronkies
talking
at
about them.
Arsenal. You hear about all of
What-
that stuff, Alex. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying.
The fraud! You fraud! You
Oh,
fraud!
How am I a fraud?
Welcome back, Stefan.
How
I want to
Stel-
hear. I want to hear who's clutch. I want to hear how you
Yeah.
bought the league, youngest team in Europe. You're gonna do. I want to hear it all, Stefan. All of it.
Stel, I don't know. I don't know why I wasn't even confident the last time we spoke. I always thought we
Just
were
get out of here.
recruiting.
Get out. I'll kick you off the street. Don't even start with that.
What?
I wasn't confident. I don't want to hear it.
I was Stel. I was confident, but I still didn't fully believe. You remember? I still thought Man City.
You know what Stefan reminds me of? He's the Arsenal version of Marcelo. 100%.
Yeah.
It's a
How
compliment,
am I
by
the
the way.
Arsenal version? The fact that Spurs fans are celebrating, are celebrating.
I fucking love that. It's like a fucking limp
Okay,
cock, isn't it?
the fact that this is the state of your club. The fact that you're celebrating Arsenal finishing almost 30 points ahead of you.
No, I'm laughing at you. No,
I
I'm
ain't
laughing at
fucking
you.
celebrate.
I'm laughing at you.
Why,
We're not
why are you
celebrating.
laughing at me? I never showed off
Because
or
you
anything
came
saying
on
that we're
here
like
telling
some of the other
you
Arsenal
telling me
fans did.
Conte's
Like,
not good. Conte should he's dead out here. He's washed out. Harry Kane's not clutch. And then your players, when it mattered, your players, where was the clutch?
where
was
the
Arteta
clutch?
with his
We
amazing
lost.
tactics?
Still,
Would it matter?
we're competing against arguably one of the best sides that's ever played in Europe at the moment.
No, man. They have the lowest point total in 3 years.
Yeah, of course. Well, of course. Yeah, they only
No,
beat
wait,
fucking Real
Stefan.
Madrid 4-0. Yeah,
Stefan,
they could
you
have
never
beaten them
give-
7-8.
Stefan,
No, they're
Stefan.
shit. Will they're terrible.
I'm not saying
Stefan,
they're
you never-
shit. I'm
No.
saying it's not even their best record in the last 3 years in the league.
Is
Okay,
it Man
it might not be
City's
their
fault?
best record in the last 2 years, but look at the way they're playing.
Stefan, you never gave us that
Stefan,
excuse when it was last year and what Chelsea.
Beatrix,
You never gave us that
hold tight.
excuse.
Okay,
Beatrix, hold tight. No, Stefan, 1 minute. What has Man City, being the best team around, got to do with you not being able to beat the team that got relegated at your home ground when you
no,
moved
I
to
agree.
Southampton?
Still,
What has
Still,
Man City?
I agree about that.
What has Man City got to do with you going
Nothing.
away to West Ham and bottling a 2-0 lead and Saka choking on that penalty? Because if you don't lose those games, you win the league. I don't want to hear about Man City. I want to hear about your players failing, your manager bottling it. This is on you.
Our
I wanna hear
manager
it.
balling.
Yeah, you're getting fucked.
Still, we were.
Yeah, you're getting
still,
fucking home now.
Still, okay. Yeah, we did.
Fucking quality.
We did. We did choke. I agree with you guys.
Thank
We,
you.
but
Thank
you have to. But
Clutch.
nobody. First of all, we did choke. I agree. But nobody expected Arsenal to
Don't come
even
on here
challenge
talking
for the
about Man
league.
City being great. So don't come on here talking about Man City being great.
No, of course. But you
You'll
guys
leave
can,
the,
but
you'll
you
leave the
guys can talk
stadium
about
20
your
minutes early against Brighton.
so-called title challenges when Leicester and fucking Chelsea won, and when everybody was crap in those 2 seasons where you hype on about you never even led the league, whilst Arsenal, we bottled it against a Man City that was extremely formidable, that are just ridiculous. I agree. We should have beaten West Ham. Saka choked on the actual penalty. I agree with that. But I'm really excited because last season, it's brilliant the way you can see how the team can get better. It's easy to see where Arsenal can get better in the transfer window.
And you
It's-
said
that's the best part about it. We will get better next
and
year.
you
And
said
this is
wait,
the
wait,
scary
wait,
part.
And you said
Okay,
Kane
Man
is not
United,
club.
Newcastle, everyone can get better.
I think
These three
Newcastle
clubs.
will. You realize Newcastle's only lost the same amount of games you have.
Steph, do you really have confidence that Eddie is going to go into the transfer window and actually do something? Because
Absolutely.
I don't.
Arsenal
Not at all.
with Arsenal with Champions League money is a completely different type of club in terms of attraction. I'm telling you right now, for us to let go of Granit Xhaka, we're getting either Declan Rice or
You're not getting Declan Rice.
We're not
We're
getting
getting
Declan Rice.
You're not getting that.
Okay. When he signs for Arsenal, we'll talk. I'm
You got Wayne
sure of it.
Holland.
For us,
Thank you.
for
Wayne
us,
Holland.
for us to let go of Granit Xhaka this early in the season tells me that the club is extremely confident or almost sure that they're getting in someone much better, which is going to be Caicedo from Brighton or Declan Rice. And from what I'm reading, the Cronkies are going to go big and try and get both of them.
Stefan, he doesn't want to be here. What's the one thing that Arteta does to players that don't want to be here? He gets them out as soon as possible.
No, Arteta.
It is not an indicator of any sort of future move. We're not really.
TJ.
Yeah, go ahead.
TJ.
Go ahead.
He was twerking for Roma. Do you remember in the summer?
I remember that. I remember that. But all these. Here's the thing that I hate about like Arsenal fans in general.
I'm really sad to see Granit Xhaka go, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
So the thing that I don't get about some Arsenal fans is they get so attached to the players that are like on this like redemption arc when they really don't want to be here in the first place. Yeah, Granit Xhaka has had a good season, about 75% of the games that he's played. But other than that, what has he done for us? He had one good season. He had one good season with us, which was this season, and we still didn't win anything.
Okay, I mean he's always look. I've always been a Granit Xhaka. He's very polarizing. I agree. Some fans will never like him. I've always really liked him in the biggest of games, especially in the two FA Cup finals and in those FA Cup runs. He was immense. So he was key to those victories. I've always liked him because he never, he has had rash moments. I agree,
Stefan,
but
he threw the Arsenal shirt. How could you like him?
Yeah, no, Steph. Here's the problem: is that
I disagree. This is where Spurs fans like when they say Granit Xhaka shit. He shits on Højbjerg or any of your or Bentancur or any of your other midfielders.
Sorry, mate. If you're gonna sorry to interrupt you, Bob, but if you're gonna start going on about Xhaka being better than Højbjerg, that's not really a good marking stick. You know what I mean, Bob?
He's better than Bentancur.
Oh, sure.
Bob, if you want to class your players better than Bentancur, the reject from Juventus, by the way, yeah. Right, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Okay,
if we're talking about players,
on about Bentancur.
Vieira,
Bob,
Bob, yeah?
Don't talk about Xhaka. Xhaka's a losing argument.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Xhaka's shit, right? He's only every time he plays for Switzerland, he does really well.
You were just picking him up.
No, he's being sarcastic now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
By the way, I'll let TJ have his moment, yeah, because the thing is, I was a bit rude before, because I've just met him. You know what I mean? So
wow. Thanks, Alex.
I'll give you your due. You know what I mean? Because everyone wants to come at Mr. Box Office, by the way. So I have to come with
2 months ago. Stefan came on our show and said that Man City are not contenders.
I said yes.
They still got a bad Jean Carew, haven't they?
Are you going to apologize?
Yeah, but again, Stel's laughing. I don't know what you guys are laughing about. You're fucking shit. Like, this is the thing about Spurs fans. You're laughing at Arsenal, who are on the up, who are going to get only better now.
Did you not laugh at us when we lost the Champions League final?
Bob, I'm not laughing.
When you were finished in 8th and 9th, did you not laugh at us when we didn't win the Champions League final? All right,
we won trophies. Even when we were at our shittest and you were in your golden period, we still won more than you, man.
Yeah, but I'm not laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you because where are we?
I am.
I'm laughing.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just saying that I do think you bottled it though, and if you think you're going to do one in the Champions League,
I agree, Alex. We did, but you know what? I agree that we bottled it, but this season can be used to, just like last season we used where we signed the right players to go up a level. This season we can use it again to go up another level. This is why we're selling Xhaka.
Or you could be at Leicester City and get relegated in 3 years.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, let's see. You better pray Harry Kane.
It's not gonna happen, Will.
You better pray Harry Kane stays, because if he leaves, you guys are going to be perennial 12th, between 12th and 10th every year.
See, I don't know about that.
That I agree with.
Who's gonna score his goals, Will? Richarlison?
Who's going to score his goals?
Yeah.
Son will score half his goals.
give
Who's gonna replace his goals?
Season.
I'm going to tell you right now, and this is
Conference League under the lights.
hold on. This is a hot take. Maybe Alex will agree with me. I don't know.
Please don't say Dane Scarlett.
No, I think if you look at the teams around us, right? None of them have strikers, right? 2 or 3 teams above us, 2 or 3 teams below us. None of them have strikers.
Okay.
They're even close to Harry Kane, right? I think that, and I know this is going to be a hot take. I'm about to piss off the entire chat, right? I think Harry Kane holds us back. I think because we rely on him so much, the other players are lazy. When he gets injured and he goes out, you see other players start to step up and fill that role. Look at our Champions League run. Our entire Champions League was no Harry Kane.
Yeah,
and a lot of luck.
You make a good point. You make a good point. I mean, I listened. Listen, unfortunately, this season though, unfortunately, Will, this team needs to be. It needs another build. It needs to be.
It needs a rebuild, bro.
With a quality striker, not a Kane level striker, but a quality striker, a striker, better than the ones Arsenal have, one that can actually get 15, 16 goals a season. We will be just fine.
This year, man. Why are you're dissing Arsenal?
Who are you?
Striker. How many goals does your striker have?
Jesus.
Who are we going to bring in?
Gabriel. Wait. Gabriel.
Ivan Toney's available in 8 months.
Why would he come?
Vlahovic. Yeah.
Why would Vlahovic?
You guys are not linked to Vlahovic. Get out of here.
We've been linked to Vlahovic before.
Yeah. So wait, where did that end up?
Martinez.
Brown envelopes, innit?
Why would again?
The Brown envelopes again. Oh
again,
my gosh.
When
They're
I
playing
hear
the Prem.
names like this, why would Lautaro Martinez, who's about to play a Champions League final and play Champions League next year, come to Spurs? Explain that.
Play in the Prem.
Play in the Prem.
Play in the
Play with a
League.
shit team in the Prem that's in decline. That's
Conference
going
League
to
nights
be
in Azerbaijan.
Exactly, bro.
Just saying, my man.
And they get handed out lollipops by Levy, innit? You know what I mean?
We've gotten a Champions League before with far worse strikers than what we've got now.
No, Spurs have always had a history
we haven't.
of really good strikers.
In the
You
Bale
had
era,
before
and
Harry
under
Kane.
Redknapp, we never had great strikers
Dietrich,
like Harry
why
Kane.
are you wearing you are the worst, Dietrich, and this is the first time I've actually seen your
Yo,
face.
Dietrich, man.
You're
Dietrich?
shameless, bro.
You're shameless,
You're
man.
shameless.
Yeah,
He's
this
wearing that
is-
City shirt.
this-
You have confirmed everything that I have said about Spurs fans being on London
Yeah.
City.
I agree, man.
Actually,
100%.
Exactly,
go fuck
bro.
yourself.
Exactly, Bunyan, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, my
Enjoy your
God.
blue moons, bro.
That Dietrich's wearing a
Big up Taylor
wearing
Spurs,
a
though. By the way, good to see you.
Yeah, man. Big up Della Spurs, man. You know what I mean? Enjoying the Happy Meals, man.
Still, I just want to ask
What's up,
you something. Remember when I was
It's
telling you
Will.
about
It's
Romero?
Will. It's Will. It's Will.
Dietrich. It's not me.
Shit, man.
What is actually going on here?
Yeah,
going
it's
on?
madness, man. It's madness.
Dietrich's theme song.
Yeah, it's the theme song, isn't it?
Oh my lord! Oh my lord! This
I've got no idea what's actually going on, but
I started crying.
Listen, we'll have to see Joy D-Boy, man. Big up, man. He's another Minerals
Yeah,
FC
we'll see.
Ultra.
We'll see. It all
He's a
depends on who
Minerals
we're going to
FC
bring in
Ultra,
the transfer window.
Did
We
you
want
know?
what?
You know,
What?
that's Joy D guy that just chatted. I know him. He's a Minerals general. You know what I mean?
Good.
Even though he supports
glad.
Chelsea.
Can I ask the Arsenal fans something?
Yeah.
Do you think next season the new Thierry Henry will step up and make his mark as one of the new, one of the
who?
I think you know who. I think you know who your new Thierry Henry is. I think you know who you gave the number to and who you gave the big contract.
I want him out. I don't want him anywhere near my club.
Why?
He scored
Eddie
goals,
Nketiah?
man.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
he's the perfect backup striker.
Oh my god!
Oh, stop it, Stefan.
Stop it, Stefan! Stop it,
dude! Stop
didn't he
trying to
say
act
he
like
was
like
last
an
season? Didn't
American
he, like,
version
secure
of
Arsenal?
No, Balogun's better than Nketiah,
Got to
dude.
do a lot better, and I am so excited about. And Will, I tuned in right as you were talking about Flo. That is unbelievable. I'm so excited that he decided to come with us.
And I hope he gets sold in the summer so I can love him all the time.
Yeah, I bet.
So Balogun,
he wants to leave. He wants to leave, I think. But
Balogun is better than Nketiah because he scored 20 goals in the French league.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Nketiah scores like 3.
Pepe in that season before
Nketiah
he signed, he scored 27. How did he come
Nketiah
out?
scored 2 meaningful goals this season against Manchester United. 2.
And Stefan,
Well, a lot of people.
the season that Pepe scored 27 goals.
Yeah, I
half
know.
of them were
I'm
penalties.
serious, man. I'm dead serious.
You can continue to actually diss all these players. Do I think Eddie?
I'm only
Nketiah
dissing the ones that deserve to be dissed.
Why? Eddie Nketiah played
Because they
well this year.
underperformed.
For 3 months when Gabriel was injured, he did very well. He's the backup. He's 22 years old. He's not expected to be. He's not expected to be like
Trossard.
Like a world beater.
Trossard is better than him.
And Trossard was better than him. What are you talking about?
Okay, yes, Trossard came in and did really well, but so did Eddie.
Stefan, what's your argument?
Why
man?
are you?
No, Eddie was not good. Eddie was not good. Eddie was good against Manchester United and West Ham. The first game.
I hope you guys keep Nketiah. I really do.
See, that should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah,
Will wants us to die. Will wants us to meet our demise.
The guy
because last year when you guys had Nketiah rolling, it was great.
The same guy who predicted Spurs would get 88 points or something like that.
In the summer,
Rams in the chat.
86
Do you want to keep Nketiah?
in the summer.
Great prediction. Well, you're only 30 points shy of that.
Who in their right mind? No one on YouTube, professional pundits, no one predicted the fall off that we had this season. No one. Everyone had us third. Everyone.
I had you.
Well, I wouldn't say everyone because there was this.
Even Ian Wright had us third, my man.
Okay, I don't remember, but I remember Spurs in terms of pundits when they asked them who's going to get top 4. Half of them said you would get top 4. The other half said you wouldn't. So it wasn't.
We won the transfer window. What are you talking about? Everybody said we won the transfer window. Right? Not me, but everybody else.
Nobody said you won the transfer window. Spurs fans said you won the extra transfer.
No, man. You had Terry Flewers over there saying it. You had, I'm talking
Terry
about,
Flewers,
in June, July, during the transfer window, you had everybody saying that we were doing great business. Blah, blah. We were going to take off. Come on now, man.
Guys, can I just quickly do a couple of super chats very quickly? One from Scorpion and Life says Brian Hill is a baller. Valencia know how to protest. Thank you, Scorpions for Life. Wayne Holland, big up for the super sticker, my man. And then Steve Reformato says, buy Stefan some tissues. We will buy him some tissues. Don't you worry.
I'm disappointed. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not like super down because I know this isn't a one
bottled the
season
league,
thing. We're gonna get.
Stefan.
Arsenal are only gonna get better.
You're not getting better.
Yes, we're not.
The
We are. Saka's 21. Martinelli's 21. Odegaard is 24. Gabriel is 24. Okay, we're not getting better, guys. Spurs are gonna finish ahead of us next year.
Stefan, you say Saka's 21. Look at him at 21. He can't even do a full season without breathing heavily on the pitch.
Without breathing heavily on the pitch, he's rarely injured.
No, it's not about injury. He can't even perform for a full season. And you saw
he scored 15 goals and 11 assists or something. What do you mean?
TJ, if I'm not mistaken, after the World Cup, is he playing well? Yes or no?
He's dropped off ever since the Liverpool game.
He hasn't scored a whole lot of goals.
He's been a terrible.
Well, he's only scored 15 goals.
Stefan, let me tell you something.
Do you have these opinions without how do you have these opinions?
Stefan,
because you can look at the data.
You look at the data, but I'm not lying.
Disappeared twice.
Stefan,
Okay.
I need you to hear this. Right? Because your fraudulence has to stop, right?
Oh boy, my fraudulence.
Your fraudulence, yes. When
Why?
Pochettino, I'm going to explain to you. When Pochettino was manager at Spurs, we had one of the best young, dynamic attacking teams. We had the best defense in Europe 2 seasons in a row. We had everything we needed, but our manager was a little bit inexperienced and we didn't have the quality on the bench. 1 or 2 injuries, we struggled. And we went through this for 4 or 5 years. Now, when I saw Arteta's team this season watching you play, I remember saying at the start of the year, after about 10 games in, you lot remind me of Spurs.
No.
At the end of the season, hear me out. No, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. And I said, the way you played, the way you're on the front foot, now you took advantage of a lot of teams being indifferent this year. Liverpool and Chelsea, massive drop-off. Tottenham went backwards from last season, and you took advantage. A bit like when we took advantage when we were in that race with Leicester. Now, I knew
you didn't.
That
you finished third.
Hear me out. 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 I knew for you lot to win the league, you would have to do what Spurs couldn't, and that is for these young players to show the discipline required. And you've got a young manager who hasn't been in this position before, as well as these players. You choked. It was just like Spurs. The difference is next season, when you're going to build on it, all these other clubs around you, they're all going to be much stronger. And there's some brilliant teams. Newcastle, Man City, Liverpool, Man United, all of them are going to come.
Why is Liverpool going to? Why is Liverpool going to be?
Why? Because look at them now. They've found their form back.
Stel,
they're going to back the manager.
If you do, Stel, I'll just tell you why I'm very skeptical.
You would not be in this position. You would not be in this position if all these other teams didn't drop off.
Yeah,
the same happened to Spurs. The same happened to Spurs.
Whatever makes
that's
you
why you
feel
didn't
better,
leave, bro.
As a Spurs fan, whatever makes you feel better.
You choked. I'm happy. You choked. I'm happy.
We'll see. We'll see next season.
Yeah, we'll see next season.
Yeah, we'll have to see next season. Like
Stefan, where do you think we're going to end up next season? Like realistically,
where do you think we're
next
gonna end up,
season,
Steve,
we're either going to be first or second.
Top 4. We're going to get top 4.
Top 4 is guaranteed.
I don't think that's guaranteed.
Yeah, man.
There's too many good teams now, dude.
Guys, many good teams, man.
I know
this
Spurs
was your
fans have
chance.
This endless insecurity complex with Chelsea. Chelsea are a shit show. They're even worse. They're even worse run at the moment than Spurs.
So, Stefan, let me. I want to run this by the Arsenal fans. Since you guys have spent so much time out of the Champions League, your coefficient in UEFA is pretty low.
God, so much.
Would it burn you? Would it burn you really bad for you guys to finish 5th and us finish 6th and us get in the Champions League and you don't?
No, because I don't care about Spurs. Will. I really don't.
I want that to happen so bad next year.
The fact that you, with your very own eyes, can watch Arsenal the way they play and the way they've played for most of the year, and say next year we would finish.
Dude, I saw cracks all season. I said it. I caught heat from it all year.
Yeah.
Even the first game that you guys played against Leeds.
In your argument, Spurs are going to get 86
No,
points.
Leeds.
Like that doesn't mean anything. Well. Like
Leeds and United.
Listen, you could
Yeah,
say
back
whatever
in
you
October.
want. At the end of the day,
being
you won.
realistic. I'm not being a dick.
Fuck
1-0.
yeah,
You guys won 1-0.
And that's why our
Leeds at home. You guys
same as Spurs. You won nothing. You won nothing.
Okay.
When I hear Arsenal fans say to me, "It's about trophies. It's about trophies," I don't want to hear about Champions League qualification. I don't want to hear about top 4. I want to see the trophies. You won nothing. So I'm hitting you.
Yes,
with the
we
same
won nothing for 3 years. Though you've won fuck all for 30.
As much as Arsenal fans talk about the Champions, they're just happy to be in the. They're just happy to be in the Champions League now. They're just as happy as Spurs is to be in top 4. You guys have the same exact outlook when it comes to top 4. You're just happy to be there. You don't care if you win the group or lose. You're just happy to.
We'll see you in the Europa League
here's
next
the
year.
thing, in the same vein, guys. In the same vein, you guys lump us in with fans that are like watch AFTV and
No, TJ, you're
Jurgen's
not.
in with it. And I'm not.
TJ, you're a league gunner.
Oh yeah. So
TJ, I haven't come for you. I'm ripping Stefan because of the fraudulent.
Still, you've been coming for me. You've been coming for me in the chat all week. I'm not hearing it, bro. Are you serious?
First of all, Will,
that's banter.
No, but wait, Will.
Sorry.
Because Will was saying we're gonna see you next year in the Europa. Do you really think you're making Europa League?
Yeah, thanks to Steve and his boys tonight. We got a shot.
You told me Man City are not your competitors this season.
Brighton still got to play Man City next week.
Steve, I love your.
We play Brentford and Leeds, man.
I love the flag on the
words come
Leeds
back and
away,
haunt you.
Will.
LA
They're
Morocco.
fighting for their lives. They're gonna fuck you.
Big up,
They're gonna
Nah.
destroy
Wait,
you
can I-
because you
I'm not
haven't
worried about
won an
Leeds.
away
I'm more
game
worried
since
about
January.
Brentford than I am Leeds.
As you
Brentford, you shouldn't be. Brentford suck.
So do
away
Leeds,
from
dude. As long as Leeds,
care
as
where we
long as
finish.
Tyler Adams doesn't come back, I am not scared of Leeds at all.
He's not. He's not. Will. He's.
I know.
I got a
That's what I'm
question.
saying.
I got a question for the Arsenal fans. Yeah, because I haven't handled
Okay,
them
this
in
is the
public.
last one I'm gonna answer, and this is the last bit of banner, and then I gotta go. Go, Mari.
I got
I know I'm gonna have to hold it. What do you want?
It's De La Spurs, not Mari. But.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I want to
Spurs, my
ask
bad.
this because everyone kept saying this season, all the Arsenal fans, well, we weren't expected to be here. Since next year now, since you've seen what you can do with this squad, will you compare player for player, pound for pound, Arsenal versus Man City next season? Will your expectations match that of Man City's? Will your players be matched of that of Man City's? If you're so confident that you can win the league next season, will you guarantee it like Man City fans guarantee it? Or are you still saying, oh, well, there's still another level or still another step to go, and once we get these new players in, we need another season for them to mesh with the old squad, and then the season after that we'll be ready to go.
I'm not a part of Excuse FC. Okay, so I'm not into phases. I'm not into excuses. We need to bring in players. We probably won't. I think we will get top 4, but we'll get top 4 and we'll maybe win, maybe be in contention for the FA Cup.
Okay.
Other than that, no. So
all right.
With our current squad, if we do go out and buy, maybe we do a little more, maybe we do a little less, but nobody is taking the league away from Man City.
I agree with TJ. It depends who we sign. If we sign Declan Rice,
we won't.
If we sign a
Vieira,
really
Vieira.
good right center back that can cover for Saliba.
The next Pires will. The next Pires. Somebody was telling me the next Pires. The next Bernardo Silva.
Do you think you need another attacker?
DJ, I don't know why you're so negative on us potentially signing.
Oh, negative.
I'll be waiting.
Why?
Pilates.
Because I've watched Edu operate the last 5-6 years. How can you?
Man said Pilates.
Because what are you trying to say? Because we didn't pay 100 million for fucking Mudryk, you're all in your feelings about us.
No, not at all. I'm glad we got Trossard over Mudryk.
Exactly. So then what are you like? Why are you being negative about us?
Trossard fell into our laps. Because Trossard fell into our laps. That's why.
Okay.
Steve's laughing. Steve's laughing because he knows I'm right. Like, Stefan, look, I'm an Arsenal fan through and through, but I am not a fan of the regime right now. I want Edu out minimum, man. I want Edu.
How?
Not
Every
negotiate
single
transfers.
signing that they've made has been almost a success.
No, it hasn't.
Fabio Vieira has been a success.
Runnerson, Pablo Mari.
Gabriel is rubbish.
These are the
Fabio
first.
Vieira.
Gabriel's a bad signing.
Gabriel's
signing.
He's
without Saliba.
Gabriel, you can name another one other than Saliba.
Gabriel cost you top 4 last year, and he's cost you the league this year. What do you want?
How has he cost us the league? Well, how can you guys?
Have you watched the last 5 weeks?
Take this guy seriously. I'm just. How can you say
Saliba's
Gabriel
been out,
cost
Will.
us
You
the
can't.
league?
You can't.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Gabriel,
Gabriel,
because Saliba's gone, Gabriel has cost you the league this season, and he cost you top 4 last year. Look at the mistakes he's made in the last 5 weeks.
Tell me one mistake.
Liverpool, the whole second half. What are you talking about?
City.
Will, tell me one mistake.
Liverpool.
City.
You just said
I
it.
just did.
You just said it. Will just said a mistake. Liverpool away. You bottled it, brother. You bottled it.
He got twisted. Twisted.
Yeah. Grant, I think that first goal.
Southampton at home.
Southampton at home.
For the first or the second goal.
Which goal? The second
which
goal.
What are you talking about?
I hate this.
The second one.
Stefan, because you're making me explain Will, and I can't stand it.
It was Zinchenko.
Stefan, be honest. Stefan, be honest. Are you deluded? Are you actually deluded?
Just
I'm deluded.
Bro, just take the goal. You bottled it. You bottled it.
It's like How can I take you guys seriously when all of you raved about Romero, who's one of the worst defenders,
seriously.
I would say, in the
Romero's had some bad games
All right,
this
and
year.
with that, Sal, I gotta go.
Way better than Gabriel.
Bye, Mr. Negative.
No, he's another version of Lee Gunner, which is just I don't know, just acting like he's real when he's just negative about everything. Like, I'm not into excuses. He's the same person that going into the league at the start of the season said, I would probably be happy us making top 4. But now because we fell short, now it's a failure suddenly. It's a big failure. How can we should have won
because
the league?
an opportunity rose, the expectations changed, and you blew that opportunity. The same as when
we
Spurs
blew
had
the
an
opportunity
to a Champions
jump
League
twice.
We never thought we'd get to a Champions League final. An opportunity came and we blew it. You've done the same.
Twice. You did it this season twice, right? There was in the middle of the season when you were at like 8 or 9 point lead on Man City. They came ahead of you by 1 point for like 1 week, right? Then you went up another 8 points on them and dropped that lead again. You have dropped 16 points. 16 points on City this season.
We dropped the ball. I agree. But nobody expected Arsenal to win the league this year, man.
200.
No, but you're right.
Games.
We didn't. I didn't even expect you to get top 4.
Exactly. You were so wrong on pretty much everything.
No,
it doesn't mean much of anything. It doesn't mean
everything.
Much of
you
anything,
were wrong on completely everything.
Nope. I called City was going to win the league.
Well done.
I
like
said
99% of people did.
I said Liverpool was going to drop off.
You're a visionary, man. Like,
right?
okay.
No, wait, Stefan. I have a question. How do you find all this energy and your team bottled the league? I just don't get it, bro. You're not helping.
How do I find this energy to what? Sorry.
No, your team bottled the league and you have that energy, bro. I don't get it.
No, it's to me. Honestly, to me, I'm not finding edge. It just shocks me that Spurs fans are so sad and so they lack. They haven't seen any sort of success in so long. That their whole point of kind of pride at the moment is looking at Arsenal who finished 30%, 30 points ahead of you, almost, and laughing at them for challenging a team that's ridiculous.
Your fans, the Ashburton Warriors, the Ashburton Warriors, whatever they're called, the guys that dress up in the black t-shirts that think they're fake ultras, they were singing 2 months ago at your stadium, fuck you, Tottenham, we're going to win the league. We're going to win the league. Fuck you. So now, fuck you, Arsenal, you choked the league.
Okay.
That's how it works. That's how it works.
Yeah, okay.
So
Estelle, I agree.
You can trust Spurs
I agree.
Fans, you started it. You started it. Your fans started it.
Yep.
What did we start? Everybody banters you still. Fucking West Ham fans take the piss out of you. They're gonna take the piss now when they win.
West Ham are also taking the piss out of you, bro.
Exactly. Because you were nothing.
The only team in London to win a trophy, I think. So
the latest team in London to get to a final is West Ham. So all the London clubs can hold the fucking L. That's all.
No, but I agree. Yeah, I agree. But there's a reason why West Ham specifically have a rivalry with Spurs and not with Arsenal or Chelsea, because they look at Spurs in a similar way. They fucking hate you guys. They always take the piss out of you.
No, it's not. It's because in the 80s, the Spurs hooligans were quite a force, and the West Ham hooligans, the ICF, were the toughest in London.
Inner city
and
firm.
Spurs and West Ham hooligans were like this. That's why there's history there. That's where it comes from.
Okay.
It's got nothing to do with them pandering us. They've won nothing. We call them the bin dippers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like a team that hasn't won a lot, that hasn't won anything in the last 30 years, makes fun of another team that hasn't won anything.
We've won things in the last 30 years.
I have a question. Why were your fans?
What have you won, Will? 2 League Cups. What have you won?
FA in the last 30 years?
What have you
FA Cups?
Your last FA Cup
Europa?
was 91, Will. That's over 30 years.
What have you won this year? What have you won this year? £450 million on one manager to joke. Where are you going to go with this?
You spent more money than us in the summer, man. Stop talking about the transfer.
Well, there's Spurs.
What do you expect? Amount of money. You spent a ton of money.
One manager. One manager Conte. We spent roughly.
But that's not our fault.
32.
That's your fault.
Arteta has had 450 million. He bottled the Carabao Cup. He choked in the FA Cup. He bottled. Were you in Europe this
He won
year?
an FA
You
Cup
lost to
still.
Sporting
He
Lisbon.
won an
You
FA
lost
Cup
to
at
Sporting
least.
Lisbon. You lost to Sporting Lisbon at home, and you choked the league.
You
And don't want me
lost
laugh
to the.
at you.
You got knocked out of the Europa League by the team we knocked out of the Champions League. Think about it.
Exactly.
Well, you couldn't even get out of the Conference League group stages, man. Stop talking. You
We
guys
didn't-
are embarrassing.
We got kicked out of the Conference League group chases.
but
We
the
didn't
mere
lose
fact
out.
the mere fact
COVID
that you
kicked us
lost
out.
to the worst placed team in Europe in Mura. You lost to Vitesse. What do you like?
Okay,
how
you
do
haven't
guys
you
even
haven't
have
lost to
the chest talk
garbage
Arsenal
teams in the
fans?
Europa League over the last 6 years, please, bro.
We got to the final, at least to the Europa League. We didn't lose.
We got to the final
Dinamo
of the Champions
Zagreb,
League. What are you
whose
talking
coach
about?
was in jail.
Stefan, you lost against Forest in the FA Cup.
You haven't.
They knocked you out this year in the League Cup.
No, but you lost
So
against the
we-
Championship.
We won the FA
We
Cup.
both
We
been
won
shit.
the
What's
FA
your
Cup,
point?
guys? The FA
we're
Cup.
back-
We
so-
won the
so
title.
we're
We
back-
Both
won
have
the
won
FA Cup.
nothing, but the point is, your fans come with so much chest. Like you guys have won something this year, and you haven't. You just had 247 days in the lead, and that's it. So what is there to what is there to brag about? What is you've done nothing.
Stefan.
You had bigger
Nobody's
fish to fry.
bragging. Nobody's
Bigger
bragging. I'm not
fish to
bragging.
fry.
I want us to win the league. It just
247 days worth of fish
shocks
to
me.
fry, and you still blew it.
No, but it just shocks me that Spurs fans have the gall, have the chest to talk shit when they're in
What banter?
free-fall. They're crap.
What shit?
They
What shit
play
are we
shit
talking?
football.
What-
They're
what-
done.
sorry,
They're fit.
Stefan.
Like Kane looks checked out. They're a one-man team.
What?
They're shit
What
scared
shit
that if
we talking?
if Kane's gonna sign a
What
new deal or
shit
not. You have
are
no
we
sporting
talking?
director. You have no manager.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
chairman
and we
is.
still won the same as you, and we still won the same as you. Imagine we're in the mud, and we still won the same as you.
Are
and
you
we're in the
seriously
mud.
comparing your season to our season, Stel?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's about
Would
trophies,
you
right?
would you rather be
It's
in
about
our
trophies.
position or in your position?
Doesn't matter.
We both won nothing.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Both
Does
fucking-
okay?
It does,
of course.
I've had
Oh,
a better
no, wait,
season.
forgot.
I've had a better
I
season.
forgot.
Spurs fans
I
talking
forgot.
about
No, Stefan's
winning
right.
trophies or
Stefan's
it's
right.
nothing. It's
No,
just
Stefan,
it's
you're right.
hilarious. You guys,
Stefan, you're right.
especially.
No, Stefan, you're right. No, you're right. I forgot that your ex-manager top four is a trophy. I forgot.
Wenger.
Top four's a trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my trophy,
see,
Stout. That's my trophy.
see, no, here's the
Yeah.
funny thing, right? All Spurs fans do is moan
When
about
Spurs finished
Pochettino
above
not getting
Arsenal
back
for
for
6
2
years
years.
in a row,
Wenger
when we finished above
got
you
into the
for
Champions
6
League
years in a row,
and should have
when
won another
Poch finished
prem
above
twice.
you every single year. Mourinho finished above you. Conte finished above you. All we heard from you lot is, "Where's the trophy? Where's the trophy?" Now you finished Champions League. Where's the trophy? Show me
I'll
the
tell
trophy.
you what.
I want to
It's
see
as
it.
simple.
I want to see
It's
it.
as simple as this, right? All the shit you gave us for bottling against Leicester.
Nobody
What
gave you shit for Leicester.
What are you talking about?
What?
Nobody gave you shit. Nobody.
planet
You
you
didn't
live on?
challenge that season. You never led the league. You were never
Listen,
even close.
listen to my words. You gave us shit.
Go back
for
and watch
losing-
AFTV from that year.
We gave
Go
you
watch
shit.
AFTV from that year and tell me nobody bantered Tottenham
gave
fans
you
for
shit.
bottling.
I
their-
remember, and I mean, it's very general to say.
This is
Arsenal
where the
fans.
word
even
Spursy
Rams was like,
The
we
word
did, bro.
Spursy.
Like,
Okay.
Hold on, let me finish my thought.
Okay, finish.
You
your thought.
gave us shit for supposedly losing to Leicester.
No,
And you
we
did-
gave
and
you shit
you
that
did.
season. No, sorry. We gave you
All
shit
right,
not
so
for.
what happened to me finishing my thought?
No, but you're
Thank
saying
you.
stuff that's not
Be
true.
quiet and let me finish my fucking thought. Your lot gave us shit, yeah, in that season with Leicester. What you have done this season is far fucking worse because you were actually in a position to win and you fucked it. So you bowled it. You
No.
have a leg to fucking stand on, brother.
Did
it's
you?
that simple.
Did you finish your point?
100%.
Okay.
Crack on.
I, as an Arsenal fan, gave Spurs shit because that season, it's not that you bottled the league because you never actually challenged that year, but after being so good that year, You finished third and supposedly challenging. That's why people took the piss out of you. You finished fucking third because you lost. I think
came second
in
a
the
one-horse
last day
race.
of the season. You lost like 5-0. I remember that year. I forgot.
The title was over by then, though. It was over.
I know, but
Look,
you lost.
right.
You lost second.
Okay,
You
you
lost,
are
and you finished third behind Arsenal.
Second,
then you
taking
then,
the piss out of
then
Arsenal.
you are an
Who
absolute
cares?
you
didn't
are
win
a
the league. That's all that matters.
you are a saint of an Arsenal fan, because most of the Arsenal fans I know and fucking heard were giving a shit about losing a fucking not winning the fucking title and called us Spursy. Like,
No,
and if we're fucking Spursy, what the fuck are you now? Because for 2 years in a row, you choked like motherfuckers. 2 years in a row, choked. And tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you didn't choke 2 years in a fucking row, bruh. Tell me. You can't, because you fucking did.
Last year, I would say we choked, but also we were super unlucky with injuries. That's pretty much it.
If I give you a pass on that, are you going to say we didn't get kicked out of the fucking competition we was in with Mourinho?
Yes, but you put yourself.
We got kicked out because half our fucking team was out with COVID. Unlike when you dodged the match when half your team wasn't fucking out with COVID, but we won't even go there.
No, we were just so scared of Spurs. You guys are so formidable. That's
must
why
have been.
Yeah. No, it's true, but
well, it is true because what happened when you actually did play us?
Okay, but to go to your point on the Conference League, yes, you did get screwed over by UEFA then, but let's be honest, you put yourself in that position because you lost to Vitesse.
You would have been out. No.
Listen to me. We were fucking woeful. I'm never going to tell you anything different.
We were out. We could have been top of our group. We were out. We got kicked out.
Right, but we were fucking woeful.
We were bad, but if we would have won our last game, we could have gotten out.
Which was against Stade Rennais, right?
Yeah. We could have gotten out. It was possible by points for us to get out.
You would have probably.
We didn't get to play.
I agree. Will's right. Yeah, you would have beaten them.
No, that was a good Stade Rennais team.
The way we were playing, we would have got spanked. But
we could have got kicked. We could have gotten our asses kicked.
Come on,
we never got a chance.
I guess we'll never know.
But we never got the opportunity.
But my point is, man, you just got to hold that choke because it's 2 years in a fucking row, and you can argue all you like. That's a fact.
I'm not arguing with that. I'm not arguing that we actually choked. What I'm arguing is that how can Spurs fans I get if Spurs fans are good and they're in the top four, they're close to us. How can you talk shit to us when you haven't won?
Shit, you choked.
You choked to us last season.
You
choked to us last season. You were playing against us and you choked. How could we not banner you the next season? You just choked against us.
Okay.
That's rivalry. That's what it is, dude. If we'd done the same thing, we wouldn't hear the end of it. That's the way. That's what the journey we're on is like.
That's football.
That's football. 100%, my friend. That is.
You don't think I've been dishing it to Sunderland fans? Those motherfuckers are a division below me. They lost to fucking Luton Town.
Do you know what, Stefan, let me tell you this, right? This is how it works. If you had won the league this year, we would have been rinsed, cussed, battered, beaten,
100.
torn to pieces. We've got the youngest team. Arteta's the youngest manager. We did it. We beat Man City, the mighty Man City. Because you didn't, though, the opposite now has to happen.
You got to hold that.
If we won the league or the Champions League, we would have gone all out on all of you. But because we didn't, we had to own that failure and take the abuse.
The potential that Arsenal.
No, I'm not afraid of Arsenal and the potential. Not at all. Because Arteta has shown that he cannot get over the finish line. Arteta cannot get over the finish line in multiple competitions.
He won an FA Cup, didn't he?
Yes, he won one FA Cup.
Hold on.
He won an FA Cup. That's great. But life has moved on since that.
Yeah,
There have
but
been
he,
three full
Dude, you're a
seasons.
Newcastle fan.
Hold
You
on.
haven't won a cup since
He
the
won
50s,
one
man. What are you
competition.
talking
Nope, we actually won a cup in
Hold on.
1969-70.
Sorry,
Sorry,
man.
man.
Arteta
Newcastle
won
needed
one
to get
competition with one. Whose squad did he play?
One at a time. One at a time.
Whose squad did Arteta win that competition with?
Oh my God, are you seriously
No,
saying
I am.
Emery?
Fucking tell me. Right. Since he's had his
Oh
own
my God,
squad, he
this
hasn't won
is shameful,
shit.
man. This is shameful.
It's
How many
not
times have you
shameful,
guys
it's
bottled the
true.
league? This is what I don't get. Arsenal fans have no right to call any other club bottlers ever. How many times has your club bottled the league in the last 20 years? How many times?
In 2007, 08, and then this year, I would say twice. No, actually,
4. 2023, 2003, 2002 season. That's 20 years ago. 07, 08, and 13, 14. You guys spent the majority of the time at the top of the table in each one of those years, and
13,
you
14,
bottled it.
Come on, man.
You spent 48% of the time at the top of the league.
Okay, but we dropped out of first place in February, man. No.
Okay, that's still bottling.
That's pretty late.
No,
That's pretty late
no.
into the season.
That more than half of the season we weren't first, man. No, I'll take.
You choked
07,
early.
08.
You choked early. You just choked early.
Hold on.
Four times.
That's
You've led the league more than any other team.
Did we choke earlier
Four
in the year?
times you've
All we do
led
is
the
choke.
league more than any other team and not
Yes,
won
We
it.
choke in December. We choke early as well.
That's right. We choked in
We
December
choked
under Jose.
hard.
Christmas bottlers over here in 96.
Yeah, we were Christmas bottlers.
Do you know,
Look,
do you know,
the
do you
thing
know
is,
what I feel? Do you know what I feel sorry for Arsenal fans, right? I don't actually feel sorry, but do you know I feel sorry for Arsenal fans because all this shit that happened to us all this shit happened under Poch, it's just happened to you lot, man, and it fucking hurts, and you don't know how to get out of it. That's what I'm saying to you. Own it. Own this.
First time I've liked Raz.
Most Arsenal fans are disappointed, but they're really excited. If you
they're hurting.
listen to the
Ram.
podcast, they're excited for next year. We're gonna have more money.
Arsenal
More
fans
players
don't
are gonna
even
want to
hear
join
the
us
word
now because we're
bottle.
in the Champions League. Because
Arsenal
we have
fans
a
refuse
cool
to hear the word
project that a
bottle.
lot of players would
They're
definitely
the
wanna
biggest
play.
bottlers ever.
Not a project anymore. This isn't a fucking project. This is the finished. You're
finished thing, bro. Yeah,
You're
to
not
win, man.
fucking
You know what I
project
mean?
now. 4
It's
years
not
isn't a
project, blood.
project, bro. You're
It's
there
not project,
now.
fam.
Next
It's about
season,
winning now, G.
next season is
We have to
win
win it.
this shit off or get off the pot.
Wow,
That's what next
exactly.
season
We need
is.
to win whatever, innit?
The ultimate
Do you
club
know what I
for
mean?
win,
Yo,
win
Steph,
at all
yeah?
costs, because that's all you guys do. You just win trophies. That's telling Arsenal fans that you have to win something. This is
No, I'm saying
all clubs have to win
hilarious.
something.
Exactly, because that's the aim of the game.
4 years.
That's the minerals general. You win, you know what I mean?
Okay, I mean,
Do you think Liverpool
yeah,
for the past 4 years have been just saying, "Oh, well, we're just trying to be as good as Man City"? No, they were going to try to beat Man City to win the league. That was their
we have to try and
standards.
beat Man
They
City, my
want
G.
to
That's the
win
thing.
the league. They're
Do you know
not
what I
trying to.
mean?
Oh, we just got to be like Pep. They're just trying to keep up.
Is Liverpool in 1 year, once they beat them once
Yo,
in
Steph,
those
you're my
5
guy
years
by a
to
long
the
way
league
from
title.
Last season, it went to the very last 10 minutes of the season for Man City to win. It took to the very last game for Liverpool
Nobody's
to
gonna
lose.
care about that because at the end of the day, in 10
give
years,
me my
people are
intro,
gonna see
man.
that
I didn't get
Man
one.
City won the league.
Give me my intro still, man.
There's no intro. It's a free for all. There's no
Listen.
it's a free for all.
I look, hey,
Let the
you know,
minerals land here. Let the minerals FC here land, yeah. First of all, yeah, it's a rare occasion that I agree with the likes of Will on the Arsenal stuff. We did bottle it, man. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
We didn't win in April. You know what I mean? And I don't care about Project FC. I'm here to win, man. I don't care about finishing second, really, man.
This is what I
Because
mean,
what's
man.
the point?
This
I'd rather have
one.
won a little cup with it. Do you know what I mean?
Look, Steph, I'll
Having
give
nothing with
you
it,
guys credit. Okay,
Yeah, exactly.
Arsenal are, one of the greatest of all time. The greatest bottlers of all time.
That's true. That's true, to be fair. That's true, innit? But Will, yeah, listen.
How
let's
can
have it right, yeah?
how
You see things you never
They're
see.
really, really good.
Just
Yeah, man.
At bottling.
He's waiting to get picked up.
No, Will, I'm gonna enjoy next season, man. I'm gonna enjoy watching you guys.
Yeah, man. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Steph. Yeah, I do disagree on the few things, but what I do agree is we see things they'll never see. Yeah, and they're gonna have to enjoy Levy's lollipops and Happy Meals, innit? You know what I mean?
No, that's true. It's
What have
true.
you seen?
What have you seen that we've never seen?
Have you what?
You're 17 years old. What have you seen?
Bro, stop talking about my age, man.
Wait, even as a club,
Have you seen?
we've seen things you haven't seen, like a European trophy. We've seen everything you've seen.
Bro, that's in the 70s, bro.
You don't have any European trophies.
Your mom's not
No, they have the '93 UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. 93.
Cup Winners' Cup.
That's still
Cup Winners' Cup. It was like a 4-team tournament. It wasn't even knockout. It was a side thing to what was what turned into the Europa League.
It's a Cup Winners' Cup. It's a European trophy. Okay,
it's like a community cup.
It's a European.
It's like a community shield.
It's a European trophy.
Bro, it's like a community shield, man.
I will say
no, it's not
like a Club World Cup. Yes, it is. It's the Cup Winners' Cup that ran alongside.
Everybody that won. So every team that won the equivalent of the FA Cup were in it. So these were pretty good teams, huh? You guys won the FA Cup 8 times, right? You're a big club.
Yeah, it's like a community shield.
It's like a community shield.
Steve, you also forget to be Parma, blood.
I'm just like,
it wasn't a knockout competition.
Type of views. How can
we
you
knocked
have
out
this guy
PSG
on?
in
How is
that
it like
thing,
a
bro?
community shield?
This was 30 years ago. What are you not talking?
I know it was 30 years ago.
So what do I care?
But
this is
but
2023.
You're really counting a Cup Winners' Cup, my man.
About trophies is fucking
But
embarrassing.
you're counting the 70-something Europa Cup, bro. What are you on about?
Hold on.
We won 2 Europa Leagues.
Just
and a Cup Winners' Cup.
Have won more recently than you guys. Swansea have won something more recently.
You've also bottled it more recently than us. Twice.
And that's hard to do.
It's a knockout competition. It's a knockout competition of Cup Winners.
The fucking League Cup final.
Not based on position.
The Champions League final. You bottled the 2015
No. Hold on.
You bottled it. What are you talking about?
First of all, we didn't bottle the League Cup final. We just got beat. There's a difference.
You didn't bottle it.
There's a difference between losing one game of football and fucking bottling something. To
a relegation bound Southampton team.
Exactly, too. And to Liverpool. And to Man City. And to West Ham.
Mr. Posterfish.
Hold on, to Liverpool and Man City. What's the fucking shame in that? Most of the teams lose to Man City.
I forgot.
Bro, we should have beat Liverpool, man. No excuse.
I forgot you're embarrassing the European exit. Dinamo Zagreb 2-0 up. Fucking Genk. I remember, what was it, 2014-15? Was it Ghent or Genk that you got knocked out?
You lost
Olympiacos.
Here's the funny thing, though.
You're going to tell Ostersund,
you lost the home leg, but you advanced in the.
You're going to tell me. Listen, you're going to tell me Tottenham is shit. I agree with you. We're fucking garbage. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to bother me because you're fucking right. But the fact is, you bottled the fucking league.
That's true. That's true, and they can't stand you guys. That's spot on.
I agree with you. Fucking own it.
I agree
with me shit because I'm saying it. Because it's fucking true.
Stefan just like shooting the messenger, right? That's what it is. That's what it is.
Exactly, he's shooting me. You know what I mean? I know we bottled it, man, and I don't really agree with the Spurs fan. We bottled it, man, completely. That was an implosion.
That title was yours to win. You had it in your
8 points clear as well, blood. You know what I mean?
And I'm not even going to lie. You guys are playing fucking good football this year.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I'm not delusional, but you're
Can I say to you guys, right, with 9 games to go, you're 8 points clear. If Man City win on the weekend, there'll be 2 games left and there'll be 7 points clear. In 7 games, that's a 15-point swing. That is the mother of choke, man. That is the mother of choke.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's the biggest one.
First of all,
first
of all, if you look at previous chokes, as you call it, Man United with 4 games to go lost a 7-point lead. If you look at 2011, 2012,
it's not a 15-point swing, dude. It's not a 15-point swing. It's not a 15-point
okay,
swing.
but there were 4 games left, and they were 6 points ahead, and they lost the league title to Man City. Is that a big choke?
Yeah, it's a big choke, but yours is bigger.
But it doesn't matter whose is bigger. I don't care if yours is smaller. You're fucking choked. Just own
Exactly,
it.
it's the same thing, isn't it?
We talking about dicks, or we talking about fucking leads with points?
No, look, I mean, we're talking about dicks. They've literally just choked on Man City's big dick, haven't they? That's what
Exactly,
no,
bro.
it's like,
you know what I mean? Man City hammered us. You know what I mean? The shark and all that.
No, it's like the Man City Mandingo. The Man City Mandingo.
The Man City fear factor in that.
They got to you. But
I
you
wouldn't
know,
get annoyed
we move.
if it was
Yeah.
if it was
Yeah,
Man
move
United
on, man,
fans,
Steph, bro.
if it was Chelsea fans, because they have
Why?
they have a right to say something to us because they've won
Why is that?
things. They have you guys have won nothing in the last. All you've done, you have a
Hold on.
name in the
Do you
dictionary
not call
given
us
to you
Spursy?
related to choking.
Right. Therefore, we're the fucking best people to give you shit for choking.
Yeah.
Because you didn't win fuck all.
It takes one to know one.
That's right. Welcome to the club.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
come
same.
in.
It's basically
Join
the
us.
same, innit?
Okay, but
You know what I
guys,
mean?
I've
there's
got one question. I've got one question
last
to all the Spurs
season.
fans. Who is
Don't
more
forget
likely
this.
to win a
You
trophy
just
in the
choked
next
to
4
us
years?
last
Arsenal
season.
or Spurs?
Well, in this season we've got farther in every. Hold on,
please don't embarrass yourself.
this
But
season
I-
we went further in every cup competition than you guys did, and you guys
Oh
were
my God.
put the best team in England. It's a fact.
Oh my God.
We went farther in every cup competition, including European ones, than you lot did.
Including European ones?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
We got out of the first round.
though, your manager definitely played weaker squads in the cup.
No, we
competition.
just didn't
Bigger
have
fish
the
to
squad.
fry.
We didn't have
No,
the
you did have the squad.
We don't have a squad either. What are you talking about?
You know what? You don't have.
Will.
We don't have a starting 11.
You don't have the mentality.
By your weak arguments.
Yeah,
No
mentality,
context.
It's not a weak argument.
No con.
Bro.
You were. Let's be honest. Your Champions
Robbie,
League group
man.
was Europa League quality. Let's
it
be
wasn't.
fucking honest. That was a
No,
joke.
it wasn't. The team
Robbie
we
Money,
knocked
bro.
out of the group stages knocked you out of the Europa League, my man.
Yeah, but okay.
Stop the cap.
And they
Stop the cut, man.
outplayed
Stop,
you
man.
that game too. By the way, they
But-
outplayed you
but-
that game.
Yeah.
How did they outplay us? How
They
did
did.
They
They
outplayed
beat you.
Thank
They
them.
literally played you.
They beat us on
Didn't they
penalty.
score from the
did
halfway
you
line?
watch the game? Our
Yeah,
didn't they
XG
score
was
from the
like
halfway line?
2.5
Halfway
over
line.
theirs. Like we had so many chances that game. Their goalie,
XG isn't a goal. XG isn't a
their
goal.
goalie won
XG
man of the
isn't a
match
goal.
still.
Yes,
Okay.
Adnan.
Your keeper
agree
wins
on
goal.
Adnan.
Your goalkeeper, right? Ramsey wins man of the match all the time. Would you like me to
All the
count how
time.
many times he's won it this
He
year?
won man of the match once against
No,
fucking
bro.
Liverpool.
He's been team of the week
He
like
was literally
8 times.
literally
You
man
say,
of the
bro?
match against
Do you
Newcastle
honestly
away.
believe the shit that goes through your head?
He won it.
Yeah,
at Anfield.
I can look it up. I can show you the numbers.
He won man of the match against Liverpool, and that was it. That was the only.
He
game
was
won
man of the match
And at
against
Tottenham.
against
And at
us
Tottenham.
at home.
Spurs, he got it
Against-
as well.
against Spurs.
Was he man of the match at the weekend?
He makes great saves.
Oh, I'm
he's
sorry.
He's a good keeper. I mean,
He is.
He makes
No, you're
great
not.
saves. I
You're
mean,
not sorry.
he keeps getting them, but he also has those moments where it's just like, what are you doing? I think
agree.
he had it against Southampton. Then he
I
Exactly.
agree,
He
I
has
agree.
buzzer moments, bro. And
No,
and I also remember
in the big matches,
against
he's
Leicester.
amazing. In
The
the
big matches
smaller
is amazing.
games where he
Ramsey.
plays, where we have the ball much more, he makes mistakes. He loses
makes mistakes,
concentration. He
innit?
needs to work on that. But in the biggest games, he's really good usually. That's what I've
Carlo,
noticed.
Arsenal have never won a treble. Arsenal have never won a treble. What are you talking about? Stop.
Yes,
Nah,
yes.
nah, he's a
I
United
can't
fan.
wait to see Arsenal next season play a big
Carlo's
European team.
Carlo's Arsenal.
No, he said that he's a United fan. I read a previous comment of his.
Well, I'm telling you right now, after watching Inter Milan versus AC Milan, we would have fucked both teams.
No, you wouldn't have.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
He was
That's
man
why
of the
I
match
can't
against
wait- I
Newcastle.
can't wait for those kids to go out there against those men in European pressure on their shoulders. We'll see when they have to play a Barcelona or something. and you're in
Barcelona,
you're in Spain away, he's gonna be watching
let me
those
tell you
boys out
something, yeah.
there. Boys out there
Let me tell
passing
you
the ball
something, yeah.
around.
Listen, yeah. First, yeah, you'll be in Epstein Island, yeah, in the conference, yeah, and you'll be enjoying Levy's Happy Meals, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Let's have it right. Minerals FC, Minerals landed.
All right, Noah. All right.
Stop calling by my real name, man.
And Stel,
fucking
Stel, guys. I just want to say you have nothing to worry about Harry Kane leaving Spurs. After watching his interview, he's staying, guys. I told you, Stel, he's a loser. He's gonna stay. But to go on and do an interview about how you need to build the right culture at Spurs when he's been part of the losing culture for 8 years, and how you can talk about building a culture when you're running down your deal. I'm shocked. What?
But no one knows what Harry Kane's doing. The summer hasn't.
No one knows,
the summer
man.
window hasn't.
He's gonna trust me, Stel. He's gonna sign a new deal, 100%. I'm sure.
So.
I hope you're right, but we don't know.
Where is he gonna go, guys? Who's gonna sign him?
Anyone?
Anyone?
United, man. He's going to United because Spurs always sell to United, like Sheringham and etc.
Why not?
United are literally.
I'm sure of it. Levy's not gonna sell him.
But even Berbatov too, they sold him.
No, he just run his contract out.
Yeah, that's my only. I think
Michael
if he does screw you guys over, he will run his contract down and go to
play
Chelsea.
for Poch at Chelsea.
Yeah,
we'll go to Chelsea like so
There's
combo
teams
maybe.
out there that want it,
like
that will pay the whatever. If it's 100, there's teams that will
Guys,
negotiate.
my belly's a rumbling and it's dinner
It's
time.
not crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm
Go
out.
land the minerals, Will, man.
I'm gonna go land some minerals.
See you, Will.
Guys,
Later,
to be
fellas.
honest with you guys, listen.
And before I go one more time, big up the goats.
Oh my God!
Look at you, bro. Look at you, Will.
Hey,
you're a long way from Epstein Island, bro.
You should also put on that boat an FA Cup trophy too, huh?
Look how big that bottle of water is, though.
Yeah.
It's a big one.
Yeah, it's huge. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Will, you're in my woods.
Last you 247 days.
Listen, guys, I'm gonna have to end the stream as well because I've actually got to go to bed and whatnot. But listen, I'm actually gonna say I rate Stefan because I've been calling you out for 2 weeks and you showed up, man. So do you know what, Stefan?
I was on a flight.
As you are,
I was on a flight. I would have
a
shown
long
up.
flight, man. 2 weeks. That's one hell of. Where'd you fly around the universe?
No, on the day you actually had your show, I was on a flight.
Listen, anyway, I'm bigging you up, man, because you know what? A lot of people wouldn't have come on the show like that, and you did, man. And fair play. Listen, you took your dues, man. Steph, respect.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
took
man.
your
Big up,
dues,
Steph.
man.
Yo, still, man.
Big up,
He's
Steph.
Ty's little brother, man. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, he's the Arsenal version of Marcelinho. You haven't met Marcelinho.
Anyway,
Oh my! Don't please. I've watched some of his clips. He's like the Spurs Ty from Arsenal Fan TV.
No, that's Alex. That's Alex box office. That's Alex box office.
Why? No.
Listen,
Alex is critical. Alex is harsh on Spurs. He's not always positive. Like Marcelo always thinks you guys are gonna go make a run or maybe win the FA Cup or get top 4 somehow and stuff like that.
But so you're deluded. Listen,
how am I deluded? But
I like
okay.
the way he slips that in and then carries
Ryan
on.
Mason is all I have to say. Ryan Mason.
Yeah, man.
Listen,
Mason in, guys. Mason in.
Mason in, man. Big up Jellyfish Mason, man.
1 minute. Thank you to Anthony for the super chat. 2 super chats, big up to you. Scorpions for life, big up. Wayne Holland, big up. Steve Rufamato, big up. And Strasbourg Steve, I missed this one. Youth projects are Ponzi schemes. Thanks.
Yeah, it's actually spot on, man. Like, I don't care about youth projects, man. I'm done with it. I'm here to win, blood.
Listen, I want to say thank you to everyone in the comments tonight. The last 45 minutes was just lit. So it was fun.
Lit, man.
Guys, Spurs, Minerals, Stefan, Jason, and everyone else that was on the show tonight. Thank you so much. Listen, next season's going to be crazy, man. I can already tell it's going to be
crazy. Still, yeah? Still, bro. Enjoy Levy's Happy Meals, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Stel, thanks for actually having me on the show and being fair, of course, with some banter, of course. Thanks, guys. And Stel, I just want to ask you just the final thing. Who do you think is going to end up as Spurs coach? But before you go,
Brian Mason.
Really? You think they're gonna select him?
Fucking way. Do you believe that still?
Yeah.
No.
No, dude. No.
Don't
No.
They're gonna take your guy.
For me, it's going to be either Mason, Brendan Rodgers, or Potter. And I think Brendan Rodgers.
Brendan Rodgers. I think Brendan Rodgers will go down like a fucking lead balloon, but I think that's who they're going to go for.
I mean,
what about?
I've got a feeling.
Your guy, Stel.
I've got a feeling.
The
Schlott.
Yeah,
I'll take Arne Schlott.
No,
we're not.
Why not him? Why not him?
We're not that lucky.
No. It doesn't matter who we get in unless Levy and the board changes the way they make decisions for transfers and managers, like backing them when it gets going tough, when the tough gets going. The next manager is going to fail as well. The board has to change its ways before the manager does, man. That's how I look at it. That's why I put stuff like this up. Blunts, punts, stunts, and there you go. All right, guys, listen, we're out of here. Good night. God bless. Big up to Stefan de la Spurs, Minerals, Jason, everyone else on the show tonight. Peace.
See you guys. Good night.
The first game we look for, Robbie.
Oops.
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.